live on Ghana Talks Radio. Now, Mondays and Fridays, by the time it's going to talk about music business. So join me this Monday and Friday, BR Live on Ghana Talks Radio. Don't forget, so we follow all the social media platforms like Ghana Talks Radio and Ko Intakra. Means so me page in the so Ko Intakra. Now listen, a better fire, a better job our Ghana Talks Radio. Don't forget, so be download the app in the Play Store and the App Store. Call me a time it's Ko Intakra Monday and Fridays. Jinamu D will be a mamiara time at 7 p.m. sharp. Here the Jumedi any bro. Here Konya on your guy, on your guy. Wadim
Are you ready to amplify your business or brand's reach and make a meaningful impact in Ghana and beyond? Partner with Ghana Talks Radio today to connect with a diverse audience across Ghana and beyond. Elevate your brand through on-air promotions and social media. Boost your brand during prime time. With Ghana Talks Radio, you can extend your reach across digital platforms. Ghana Talks Radio is not just a station, it is a community hub where your brand becomes part of the conversation. Join us in fostering connections, celebrating culture, and making a lasting impression. For customized sponsorship packages and enquiries, email contact@GhanaTalksRadio.com or call +233 202 544614. Ghana Talks Radio, giving the youth a voice.
What do you want for breakfast? How do you want your breakfast?
English breakfast. French fries.
Koko Nikosi, alo komi kesheto.
Wache.
Well, Gobe is the real deal.
Join us on Ghana Talks Radio. Let's serve you a buffet of breakfast.
From news headlines review, current affairs to social issues.
Entertainment, sports, and all the trending stories live on our mobile app and across all socials from Monday to Friday, 7 a.m. to 10 a.m.
With me, Pakwesi Omare,
Regina Bless,
Deborah Adoso,
and I am Esinal Fiagbedu. This is Ghana Talks Breakfast Show.
Ghana Talks Radio, #1.
This is Ghana Talks Breakfast Show, your morning companion. This is Ghana Talks Breakfast Show, your morning companion. This is Ghana Talks Breakfast Show, your morning companion. It's a blissful Wednesday morning, and you are welcome to the Ghana Talks Breakfast Show right here on Ghana Talks Radio. This is a news headline review. We bring you all the latest headlines making waves in the news. I am your host, Ruth Esinamfiat, and I'll be doing this with Miss Regina Bless and Miss Debbie Adoso. Good morning to you, ladies.
Good morning.
How are we doing?
Grace is sufficient.
I see you are stressed out, Miss Regina.
I am.
Some vacation or do? What's
Definitely.
Vacation.
Just waiting for the weekend.
For the weekend?
Yeah.
We all can't wait for the weekend.
Yeah.
You know. Waking up
on Thursday.
Yeah, so today when I was coming, I was like, the days are running.
Exactly.
The way it is running, like that's how we like it in the town. Please.
Okay.
That's how we like it.
When it gets to November, September, that is when you'll be crying for it to run more.
Me, I want the weekend. I need my sleep.
Definitely. I wish there was another day before Monday.
Before Monday, yeah.
It's too short.
I know, right?
Too short. Saturday.
Yeah, now
we wash.
Sunday and Oraho.
Because
And then only on Monday they convene.
Into your come on.
I mean, I also make
On behalf of the association.
I see. So God should add another day.
Yes.
On Monday should be declared a holiday. Always.
For everyone, whether private or government.
Whether
Whether they like it or not.
But you know that we don't have holidays.
I know, right?
Yeah.
Or maybe probably we can come for maybe like 4 hours.
In a
4
day.
hours,
In a
yeah,
day,
then we just
and then
go.
The stress there, the order, but you have to chase the bag.
Yeah.
The bag there, you have to chase the bag.
Colleague of mine be like, when you go on holidays, who do you want to update us on what's happening? I was like, are you serious?
But I'm surprised about those that go on leave and still come back to the office. What do you want to come and do there? When I was doing my service, when I was
Yeah, true. What are you doing there?
Good.
You see, the last time I was like, the moment I leave an institution, there's no way I'm coming back
you
to
not
visit.
see, you
For
not see
what?
me there.
Mm.
No way.
Visit for what?
Because I remember when I was doing my national service, there's this one of my madam, Obeko leave. We will not.
Oh yeah,
Then she will text you, I'm coming to pass by, buy me wache or buy me. I was like, this is why you can't stay in your house.
Or is it the food?
Maybe. But I'm like, why?
So just come and buy it and go. Don't come to the office.
Must you
Me,
announce
I
your
feel
presence
like
even
when
in
you
the
do
first
that,
place?
they are monitoring you.
Yes.
A bit of make us leave the cry at the man cry. You don't use it for
Yeah,
anything
but I feel
tangible.
like some institutions to have people that they find it so difficult to let go.
Yeah.
So even if the person is on leave, in a way, you still work because they need your
Yeah,
service.
because they need your service.
Unless where you are traveling to, it's nowhere near the place of work. So maybe you're in Accra, but your leave, you are going to the Volta region.
And to
you
me,
can't
what
work.
leave no matter about office.
Oh, we have people,
And then I
we
leave
have
there.
people like
You
that.
work remotely, so
Yes.
that's an extra.
That one there.
So they'll pay you extra.
Me, I'm on leave. You tell me to come to the lie.
Anyways, we are just hoping
So that
that
is it to no leave.
someone will call you, be like, pack your bags.
I will not pack. When we get there, we will do shopping. We'll buy. Yes.
Okay. Before we dive in, there's a dog eaters and cats. And I nearly said mouse. Dog eaters and cat eaters should be arrested.
You know, yesterday when I saw the one thing that came in mind was, then it means say akoko cramp my and real.
Because the
Goats,
cocoa is also
my and D
companion.
And yes, every animal is a companion
To
aside
somebody,
the
yeah.
wild ones.
Yeah.
Even wild ones no cry you'll be pets.
cheddar or tiger.
Me say.
You have people even real cobra
Yes,
as their pets.
as their pets. But how would they arrest those people? Will you come to my house and come and be opening the pot?
Oh, you
and
know.
see that I'm killing
Not
because I have
really.
cats in my house. So if I kill it, how will you know that I killed a cat?
Maybe they will get
Whistleblowers to announce it.
Yeah.
Because when you go to the Western world or the Western country, for them there's a crime.
Yeah, it's a
Even if
crime.
you abuse the, just say
Even-
Yeah.
Even you have
It's a
you have
crime.
no right to even kill a snake.
Yeah, they will come for it and they
Send
have,
it back
yeah.
to its place.
Please.
Their way of
we eat
thinking is
Joseph.
different from ours. Yeah, they call it Joseph.
We
The
call
dog.
it Joseph. We call the cat Joseph.
Joseph. Ah, yes,
The
the
way the women like it. The Ewe people.
The cat is called Joseph.
Joseph.
Yes.
Yeah.
Joseph. When they kill it, or sometimes even when you are going to buy.
So they begin.
I've not eaten it before,
Yes,
but that is how they
suspect.
call it. No, I've not eaten it. But you say
But the
no.
excitement on the
Yeah.
You say like it's nice, and they said nenamne too. When you cook it,
Just
it
a
increases in
one-
size. Ebbe na nenamne too.
and they're very archy.
Mendi so that, but I was told. I don't really like cats because of how messy they are.
Cats are messy.
Share.
Hey, I'm winning good her.
Baby, ah.
But no,
Oh,
most
really?
most of them are very neat. Because
Yeah.
tell me why a cat will dig a hole,
I hope
And
before
then-
you
shit
eat
in
then
it,
cover
and
it.
still
Cover
cover
it.
it.
They have sense, so that
Yeah.
I
in
don't
a
find
way.
them messy.
Oh, but some of them are.
messy.
Yeah.
Hey, very, very messy. Oh. A cat will not get anywhere to use themselves in your bag. Can you just imagine? No.
Okay.
Red flag.
It depends how you train it.
Red flag.
My cat will not do that. And
one thing I dislike about them is how they cry like a baby.
Yeah.
A newborn baby.
They cry like a baby, especially midnight. They are forced to go out to find out what is wrong with them. Yes.
You are forced to go out.
To find out what is wrong with the cat.
Okay.
This is the last time I had to go
One day you see what you don't see.
Or the nitia share, sadi konkomo. So no tafle. The big one. The mackerel, the big one.
It's good you went out.
Yeah, so I had to go in. So I had to call my dad that this is what the cat has done. Nani next time. If I So some people treat cats like human beings.
Oh yes.
So I think I support this one. They should arrest them.
Just imagine there's this man on TikTok who has trained this dog, Ajoke.
Yeah.
Just said this dog can literally do everything this
like
man
human,
says.
yes.
And just imagine killing this dog to eat.
Matching outfits, Nina.
Yeah.
You see.
And then the dog doesn't eat unless the master prays over
Prays
the food.
on it.
Wait.
So it tells you that you can actually train an animal to behave like human.
Mm-hmm.
So this one, if you get married and your wife doesn't like dog, away.
Yeah, I don't like dog.
You have to like.
So you choose between the dog and your
No,
wife.
if it is foreign,
like
if it is foreign dogs, it's okay. But African dogs, it's a no. African dogs is a no. They behave like Africans.
Right. Let's dive into
Because they behave like Africans.
African pets behave like Africans. Let's dive into our news items. Kotoka International Airport renamed Accra International Airport. Finally, government has officially reverted the name of Kotoka International Airport to Accra International Airport. In a statement issued by the Ministry of Transport, the government explained that the facility was originally known as Accra International Airport before it was renamed. The ministry stated that it has been deemed appropriate to restore the airport to its formal and internationally recognized name. Authorities assure the public that the name change will not affect airport operations, safety standards, or travel arrangements. The ministry further clarified that the airport code ACC, as registered with the International Civil Aviation Organization, remains unchanged and will continue to be used. The renaming process will involve updates to official documentation, relevant statutory instruments, airport synergies, digital platforms, aviation publications, other communication materials. Government has called on the general public, stakeholders, and international partners to cooperate with authorities to ensure a smooth transition. So finally, Kotoka International Airport will fade away because now it has been originally named Accra International Airport. That is how it was. That was the name it was given to it formally before. I don't know what happened. People came and then said, let's name it Kotoka International Airport. Recently, I think early February, the majority leader announced that they were going to change the name from Kotoka International Airport to Accra International Airport. And there's been a lot of critics. One from Afenyo saying that in our tribalism, they are there. But finally, the transport minister has announced that the name has been reverted from Kotoka International Airport to Accra International Airport. So we should all cooperate for a smooth transition of the name. Ms. Debbie, finally.
Yeah, finally, the deed has been done. So I think this is something that we're all calling for. Kotoka International Airport should be changed because the history behind the person who was named, or the person who the airport was named after, I mean, his legacy is not that solid enough. Someone who overthrown or collaborate with people to overthrow or play key role to overthrow our first president there. It's not right because this is history. We have people trooping in, day out. And someone like me, I'm very inquisitive. When I get to places and I see certain things, I want to ask. I want to know why things are done this way. So imagine we have people like that coming into the country, like foreigners, for instance. They would like to know, what is Kotoka? Is it just a name or is a name of someone? What has it done? Because if you are renaming an object or even an institution after someone, it means the person have done massively well in the country. That is why you rename an institution after that person. So if the history of Kotoka International Airport or the history of Kotoka is not something that should be glorified, then it should be taken. Because if it is still there, you are trying to promote, shall I say promote violence? Or in a way, you are trying to relay information to people that you can also walk in his steps, and then after you are gone, your name will be used to rename an institution. So I feel like yes, it is good. It's a good one. Simple and short. They've changed it. This is not going to cause any tribal war. It's only cause tribal war if we
bring it up.
Yes, we will bring it up, and then we try to use politics and all that to make it, to make it look as if it is bad. This is not to glorify the guns, and it's not to diminish the Voltarians. This is just true that the name naming the airport after Kotoka is not something solid. He's a Voltarian, but even Voltarians understand. We are Voltarians, so we even understand that that the man that is being used to name Kotoka is not fit. It's not fit. Okay, so simple and short. Since they are not using the chief of Accra, which is the gala, they are not using his name and they are not using anybody's name. Accra International Airport, simple. Accra is the capital town of Ghana. And no. Simple and yeah.
The person that even built it didn't even name it after his name. But name it Accra International Airport. So I think
the airport was built by Nkrumah, right?
Yes, and he named it Accra International Airport. So I think it's right for us to take it back to Accra International Airport. And they should have named it Regina International.
Then Amayama Ghana. And you drew her. May say definitely to get to a point where I'll have my name on an institution.
Amen.
Amen. Okay, so then yes, 1950s was when Accra International Airport was built, and it was named like that. Yeah. In 1969, the military government renamed it Kotoka International Airport after Mr. Kotoka. And yesterday marked exactly 60 years. Our late president, was overthrown.
Really?
Yes.
Yesterday?
Yes. Yesterday I read it. Yes.
Yeah, you read it. Yeah, you read it. I remember.
It marked 60 years he was overthrown, and I think like as a Omachenya this particular time, I think it was yesterday I saw that they renamed it. So it's like they want to set a legacy. Said down mutunu sadana
yeah. So it makes sense.
It makes sense, yes. So I would say it's a good one, especially from the government, because as she said, people are very inquisitive, especially this Western people coming into Ghana. And you can even tell from Aisha's speed. He wants to know every detail. He wants just a BBR. He wants to know. That's it's the same way to everyone. I want to know why this phone is named Google. I want to know why my phone is named iPhone. I want to know why your hair is named macaroni hairstyle. So we want to know everything. And when people want to know these things, you need to tell them good stories about it. Exactly. It shouldn't be a bad story. How will I explain to someone that someone who overthrew our president was named after an institution, and not just any common institution, a very big institution where a lot of dignitaries, passerbys, and even your friends saying presidents, ambassadors to other countries pass through. In a way, we are trying to encourage coup in Ghana or in any African country. We all know that anyone who attempts a coup is has committed treason. Treason. He has. What did you say is fine? Has committed a very huge crime and needs to be punished for that. So why are we acknowledging that person? Imagine, say, IGP Tete Yohono. This Galamsey Kingpins he has been arrested. they bribe the police officers, and at the end of the day they don't arrest these kingpins, but they rather acknowledge them. Omo bomb abas na asam omo dibre e Ghana police service mu. Doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. So I'm very happy with the name change. We are moving towards resets, and that is what we are doing. President John Mahama's main aim is to reset the country, and I think this is the number one reset I'm very happy about. This is not politics. This is not NDC. This is not MPP. We are happy about the name change. Even upon Nkrumah, I saw his video where he was happy that he's very happy they want to change the name. So they should tell you say any MPP, any NDC, and to Afenyo Makin who is tribalizing it. When you vote for name, see airports.
Nkrumah is not a voting. He's amazing.
I was very disappointed he made that comment.
It's intentional. He did it intentionally.
For what?
He just want to cause chaos. Yeah.
Right. Let's move on. People have raised concern that renaming of the airports will impose a lot of cost and debt for the country. I believe you saw from Asifwa. Asifwa said it's useless and it's going to, cost a lot of money to change the name. So yesterday, the transport minister came to clarify that renaming of airports will not impose huge costs on states. The Minister for Transport, Joseph Bukari Nikbe, has dismissed concerns that renaming Ghana's main international airport will not impose a significant financial burden on the state. His comment follows government's decision to revert Kotoka International Airport to its former name, Accra International Airport. In a statement issued on Monday, Friday 23rd, the Ministry of Transport explained that the facility was originally known as Accra International Airport before it was reverted to Kotoka International Airport. The ministry said restoring the airport's formal and internationally recognized name was appropriate. Addressing the media on Tuesday, February 24, 2026, Mr. Nikbi said fears about potential costs were misplaced, stressing that Ghana's international aviation codes remains unchanged. If that is what people are worried about, he clarified that it remains unchanged. According to him, the International Civil Aviation Organization still maintains Ghana's country code DGAA, while the International Airport Transport Association retains the airport code ACC. There is nothing to change internationally. The only changes required are signatures and billboards within the country, he stated. The minister explained that since global aviation codes have not changed, there will be no need for adjustments at the international level. He further noted that existing vendors who produce official airport materials such as letterheads and stamps will simply update the name accordingly. Mr. Nikbi added that ongoing renovation and redevelopment works at the airport would help minimize any additional expenses, as some signatures were already scheduled for replacement. He maintained that even if there are minor costs involved, they will not constitute a substantial financial burden on the state. So the critics saying that this is good, we are going through economic crisis and we are going to rename our airports, we will be spending a lot of money, why don't we just forget about this and keep the name Kotoka? The Minister of Transport says that it's not going to incur any huge cost. We are just going to, rebrand it, bring billboards, and going to let people know that from Kotoka International Airport to Accra International Airport is the name they've given it to. And the signage, when you go to the airport, you have Kotoka International. Billboard. Yeah. They are going to change it. That is all. So those crying, please stop crying. Clean your tears. Miss Eugenia.
Clean your tears. Okay, so I think we need to personalize it. It's just like you wanting to change your name from maybe Ya Brefo, Ya Mansa to maybe Queen. It doesn't cost a lot. You just go to the rights officials, then you change your name, you document it, and that is all. Nothing else. It's something. It doesn't even cost up to 1,000 Ghana cedis. But
if you want to change your name, it costs a lot. So you have to go and swear affidavit.
Yes, you
It costs.
and it's more than 1,000.
It's
And
more
then
than
the
that.
people
The
are
person
then-
will do it for you. What the person will even take. And imagine the office there.
That's why it's good to know people.
But I think if you go through the right channel, it shouldn't be too
Yeah, it's
expensive.
exactly.
Unless
The right
you go
channels.
through-
Even the
yeah.
right channels
It's
are more
just-
expensive
it's
than when
just
you
like-
cut corners.
It's just like the Ghana our passports. Passport
Yeah.
is 350 Ghana
Yeah.
cedis. But if
Now
you
it's even
want
300
it,
cedis.
if you see, now people take like 2,000, 2,500, 3,000 for passports.
That is if you want it express. Someone say, "Oh, yeah, be your mouse is here."
Uh-huh.
Oh, yeah, also be your mouse is here. I say, "Well,
So the
it's
normal
here."
process takes time.
The
Unless
normal-
you cut corners. If you want to cut corners to that, as you people are saying, you pay more to get it. But the normal process, it takes time. Because when you send your birth set, the office you are sending the birth set to, they are not the one going to do it. They are not going to send it to the main headquarters. So imagine maybe you find yourself in the Volta region. You don't have the main headquarters in the Volta region. So they will now forward it to Accra. And it's going to sometimes can take like a year. You are paying money. So it takes a lot to do. Sorry if I interject.
Interjected.
1,000 is chicken change for us. Please continue.
Sorry.
So as I was saying, the only thing they are changing is the name, and they have to document it on paper, legal paper, to know, say, oh, indeed this name has been changed, and maybe advertisement, branding, and that is all. Which name Mr. Minhai shouldn't cost the government even 10,000 Ghana cedis.
Or maybe because they have to put billboards
But
everywhere.
it shouldn't be more than 10,000 cedis.
Let's see.
So I in as much as it will still cost money, because money is involved, it is not huge amount of money, like
But I'm not
billions
sure.
of cedis.
Yeah, like billions of cedis.
It's
Just
what it
as
is.
people are.
Where
saying
a
it.
1,000 of cedis into omunya abutre. Almost from Accra to a Kotakano, Omanjiska. They use money now.
You know, even say the universities that they can even
exactly.
change. There's somebody asked them about that. Some say they know almost sign pon come with remuta. Yes, Debbie.
Yeah, so I think the more reason why people are calling or wanting to know why, if this whole thing is not going to cost, is that we are in Ghana. We know our people so well. Little things that does not even cost too much, they end up taking more than they are supposed to take.
Because
So-
it's the government.
Yes, even if it is common billboard, we know that yes, billboard is common. It might be expensive, but as you are saying, end do billion. But we know ourselves, they will end up adding things that are not supposed to be added. They take money for it, and that is why one letter beer they will take money. You see, and then it's something that we've been doing. So there is this kind of notion that, and you are saying it wouldn't cost, but who knows? Maybe by the time it will finish, everyone said they'll tell you that Ghana airport has incurred a debt need there, and they'll tell you that billion. No, I'm just citing an example.
Yeah, I get it.
Billion of cities. Where is the money coming from? Now they will tell that billboard, and you be like, how billboard? How?
But already they said the airport is going through some renovations. Some
Yeah,
minor
so there
they'll
is.
just add it.
Well,
to it.
you see, logo and those things, those billboard and stuff. Sometimes you see it to be less expensive, but it's expensive.
The
Yeah. Frame nimawa with the length you want and the amount of money you are paying. So it's quite expensive. But here lies the case. This board, since they are changing the name, wherever they will mount the board, even if it is 50 places, it means we need to get 50. So if it is 1,000 cities, then it means we are paying how much? We are paying like 5,000, right?
Before they'll do adverts.
Before they'll do the adverts, and then social media
Internationally,
handles,
yeah.
they need to change it, and they need to create the awareness of, because we have we collaborate with other people as well, and also send them an email and tell them that we've changed the name and all that. So in a way, it's going to cost us, like we might not see that it's too much, but at least it will cost us something small.
But just as Ms. Regina said, it wouldn't
Be that much,
billions or
unless
millions
maybe we want to use that as a means to also loot.
to loot. That is also very true. Just say, yeah,
And so,
yeah.
the opportunity comes but once. So.
I don't know if you remember the name tags for, is it one African Games at...
Oh, Ghana, all African games.
They said that name tag alone cost like, hey.
Then, Kwan.
Me didn't oh the trogu papers for me. Me never telling me about.
You know that thing is not even up to 20 cedis.
No, it's not up to 20 cedis. It's not even up to 20 cedis. My people found a way to steal from the state through that. And it's so bad. So those raising concerns, the transport minister said it's not going to incur a huge debt. I'm just praying that they should be transparent with us with this particular transition. They should come and tell us this is what they spent.
Yes,
so
they
that
should be accountable.
Yeah, they should be accountable. So that in case they want to change any other name,
they will change it. And
we will know that okay, they are true to their words.
And I think one more thing we should also realize is that we know that the minority, they are troublesome, and sometimes their ways doesn't make sense. But sometimes when they speak, there is an iota of sense in what they are saying.
I feel like there's an iota of but how they present it
was bad. Yes, but you know the person who is presenting it, you know the person too. So
that man said he has lose his credibility.
Integrity.
Baby like anything he says,
what's the name?
Wants to pay attention to
the
him.
Reverend Tim Ford, the two of them, they're in the same boat.
Oh, but recently he made some substantive arguments with regards to the defense minister issue, and I think in a way he makes sense.
He's still in the boat.
Let's move on. Pass emergency care law to end no bed syndrome. Backburn. The Speaker of Parliament, Alban Backburn, has called on lawmakers to pass an emergency care law to address the persistent no bed syndrome in hospitals. His remarks follows the death of hit and run victim Charles Emisa, who reportedly died after being denied treatment at 3 major hospitals in Accra before being pronounced dead at Kolebu Teaching Hospital. Addressing the House, Speaker Backburn described the incident as a needless death and directed Parliament's Health Committee to investigate all findings from ongoing probes into the matter. He instructed that reports from all relevant agencies, including the Ministry of Health and Kolebu Teaching Hospital, be submitted to the committee within 2 weeks. We have to take control. We need to inquire further into the matter, and we need to hold people accountable. This is one of the needless deaths and we have experienced in this country, he stated. The Speaker emphasized that an emergency care law is essential to prevent delays or denial of urgent medical attention, which he says continue to cost lives. He urged both the chair and ranking member of the Health Committee to work together to fast-track the process. According to him, once investigations are completed, the Health Minister and the committee will appear before Parliament, paving the way for legislation aimed at bringing finality to such incidents. The renewed push for reform comes amid growing public concern over emergency response systems, hospital bed capacity, and accountability in Ghana's healthcare sector. So this is coming from Speaker Alban Backburn, that they should push and pass an emergency care law to end no bed syndrome. Ms. Debbie, what do you make of the new reform they are bringing up?
Yeah, it's very, very important. When I saw it yesterday, I was very, very happy, okay, because what is happening of late is a matter of concern. It's not something that we should sleep on, because the recklessness of what we saw during the past weeks has led to the loss of the life of a very young and energetic man who I got to know that he's even the breadwinner of the family.
And do you know that her sister is a doctor?
Her sister is a doctor?
Yes.
So
Dr. Matilda Emisa. So in an interview
hospital? Yesterday
on Joy, they didn't really mention the hospital.
Ooh.
Someone actually in the comment section came to say that it happens that that person has a close contact with the sister, and said that the way her sister is very active in the hospital trying to save life, and when it got to her turn, they didn't act proactively to save her brother.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow, I'm
I
so
said
sorry.
like I'm doing for people,
But when it
people
goes to
didn't-
my
when it
turn,
got to my turn,
then it might be that maybe that day she's not on duty.
I'm not sure the hospital is
Where
in
they brought
Accra,
the
even
oh
in
okay
Accra here.
okay. Kai, this is sad. This is sad, seriously.
Yeah.
And you see, yesterday I heard the member of parliament for Afajato, who also
Yeah.
said that he said similar thing happened to him and he nearly died. It took the wife to tell the nurses that he's a member of parliament. Oh,
Really?
yes, that was when they gave him a bed.
They should have sacked those people immediately.
That was when they gave him a bed and
What kind
they
of
also
racism is that?
also treated him. So he was saying that this thing is bringing some sort of separation, as if the
wait.
laws is favoring.
So they were beds,
There were beds.
but they said there were no beds.
There were no bed.
But because they said he's a member of
A
parliament,
member of parliament, so they
gave
treated
a
him.
bed.
Yes, and they'll give you, I mean, a VIP. Do you know in the hospital they have
And those
VIP
people are
lodge?
still working in the hospital.
I'm
there.
sure. I'm sure they are still working.
Yeah, evil. Oh.
I'm sure. Yesterday when we went for the report, a woman said something. He said the rules or the laws of this, the country favors only the rich.
Yes.
So imagine
and
it was
this
the president's
is an
son,
example.
or the president's daughter, or the president himself, or the president's wife, or a family member to the president.
Yeah, but you'll be part of them.
Oh yes, but for the ordinary citizen, no one cares. And I feel like, you see, sometimes I feel like these health professionals are being ordered to do what they do. Yesterday I said something that even you might be shocked after the investigation, the people they arrested have no hand in what happened. Because you cannot tell me that someone, they brought a patient to the hospital and then because there is no bed, you couldn't even treat the person, not even first aid. Even say and to macra, you can lay it on the floor. You administer something to him for a minute just to stabilize the system and also
Sustain him
for a while before maybe transferring him to the ward to treat him. You said there is no bed, and this happened in 3 major hospitals. These are hospitals that are not jokes. These are hospitals that are classified as high ranks hospital. Rich, Kolebu.
That is the last source.
The last source, because I didn't hear they will transfer you to Kolebu, and Kolebu also Nankofogu. Every day people are dying there. I'm telling you.
A hospital there.
People are dying, but how sure are you that the people dying are dying because of the disease or because of the illness that sent them there, or because of the recklessness of the doctors and the nurses? So this emergency law they are bringing on board it's good, because tell me why you tell somebody that there is no bed no. So the member of parliament was using his own case as an example, where he was at the point of death and they were not minding him. So the wife told them that he's a member of parliament. Then they were rushing to treat him.
And so you're treating him. Every man a tip. Ordinary Ghanaian mouth tip, because that's your responsibility. Why should I tip you in the first place?
So then, what is the essence of the hospital? What is the essence
like
of the
at
people
that
working
juncture
there?
now, those people should have been just removed. Their license.
And
should
these
have
things
just
are
been
going
taken from
on
them.
in our hospitals. These things are really going on in our hospitals. And sometimes you see now of late, when you go to hospital and you don't know anyone there, you can be there the whole day, no one is paying attention to you. But when you know someone in the hospital, they'll fast track your process. And then you see the doctor part, you are gone. But if you don't know one, you can be there like 3 a.m. and then you leave the hospital like 9 p.m. in the evening because and like it's kind of sad. It's sad. We've seen instances where they even bring pregnant women to the hospital and these nurses do not even care. So I feel like there should also be strict punishment.
Right.
Strict punishment for these health workers. They should let them understand that it's not for your own personal gain. You have passion. One person then you identify what you carried, and then you said you want to become a nurse, a doctor. No one forced you, so immediately you get it. You're supposed to do your work as a health professional. Your goal is to save life, and then if I say a patient to come to the hospital, you save the patient. That patient not catch us in medicine. You don't even know who that patient is. You don't know what the position that patient was. You don't even know where you meet that patient one day. So what is that? You should have joy in what you do. But that is not it. It's because one, the laws at the end, they are not working. Because they know themselves that even if they don't give you injection, you are dead. No one is going to hold them responsible or accountable for for their action.
Right.
So the law, it's the emergency law they are bringing on board.
They should pass it.
They should pass it.
Ms. Regina, what should this emergency law cover?
What should they cover?
Yeah.
I think when we talk of emergency means everything. And most especially since we are all suffering of this no birth syndrome, they need to make sure that the emergency bill they want to pass should most especially cover the beds and also oxygen and blood. These major three important things. And I also think maybe dialysis machines and all that, I think is very important. It covers that.
It covers that. The emergency law that they have to pass it. At least if you're in a critical condition and you go to the hospital, it's a bed in your car. At least they should do something. I think that is what that bill seeks to achieve. Thank you so much for joining us on the news headline review. Up next, we have Today in History with Ms. Regina Bless.
Bringing you today in history on this day, Cassius Clay shocked the world by defeating reigning heavyweight champion Sonny Liston at the Convention Hall in Miami Beach, Florida. Liston failed to answer the bell for the 7th round due to a shoulder injury, resulting in a technical knockout victory for Clay, who shortly after became known as Muhammad Ali. 1862 Legal Tender Act passed to help finance the Civil War. Authorized by the U.S. government to issue a $150 million in paper money, known as greenbacks, to finance the Civil War. This emergency measure allowed for fiat currency not backed by gold or silver, enabling the Union to pay army bills and debt as specie reserves swindled. First African-American congressman sworn in. Hiram Roth reveals a Republican from Mississippi became the first African-American to serve in the U.S. Congress when he was sworn into the Senate on this day 1870. A minister and politician, Rivers was elected to fill a seat during Reconstruction, breaking a significant racial barrier despite opposition. To some few global observances, Inconvenience Yourself Day encourages people to voluntarily take on small inconveniences to help others, promote kindness, and foster a respectful, attentive attitude. Let All Eat Right Day, promoting the consumption of whole, unprocessed foods to prevent disease. It encourages mindful eating, balanced nutrition, and cooking at home to improve overall health. Lastly, Pink Shirt Day. Pink Shirt Day is a crucial annual event, usually held in February on this day, dedicated to raising awareness about bullying in schools, workplaces, and online while promoting kindness and inclusivity. And that's all for today on Today in History and some global observances live on GhanaTalks Breakfast Show.
Thank you so much, Ms. Regina Bless, for Today in History and some observances of the day. Up next, we have Debbie's Grill.
Welcome to Debbie's Grill, where we talk about issues that matter to the state, void of politics, fear, or favor. Now, we've had a couple of issues in the previous week and also trending in this week, and that has to do with indiscipline in our schools, where we've seen students, bringing out some sort of behaviors that are uncalled for and also does not speak well of the institution, and also passing out a message across of what exactly these students are being taught in schools. Because tell me why a student who has been enrolled in school to go and learn, to make good use of your life. Because if education is not significant No parents will waste their money to enroll their wards in school. But because they feel education is very, very important, education is significant. It's going to help your life, and that is why you have to go to school. Because if you don't go to school, automatically you've shall I say you've hurt yourself? Because there are certain things you will need to learn in school. If you can become, say, a great person in future without going to school, I know we have people who are doing so well, but they've not stepped in class before. But trust me, there's no way you can be a lawyer without stepping foot in the classroom. There is no way you can be a doctor without stepping foot in the classroom. There is no way you can achieve your dream of what you want to be. You want to be a journalist. You can't become this without stepping your foot in the classroom. You have to go there, because that is when knowledge is being impacted. And then you come back to the society, and then you make a change, and you make a difference. Now, as I said, we saw instances where some of the students were seen throwing stones at their colleagues, as if they were there to, that was their main purpose for which they were being sent to the school. Now, IFES is saying that caning is not an answer to indiscipline in our senior high schools. Now, we have a lot of people who are saying, IFES is part of one of them, who is stating that caning is also a form of corporal punishment. And that he is saying that corporal punishment is not a way of instilling discipline. That is his point of view. And that is his opinion. His opinion is well respected. But let's look at the setting, our setting as a country. If you look at our setting as a country and as African, the only language we understand when you are doing something wrong and they have to correct you to do the right thing is through you being disciplined. And how do we discipline ourselves? Or how do parents discipline their children? It's by caning them. Is it that you cane them, you shout on the person, which we know is it's not right. But you see, we cannot compare ourselves to other countries. Their way of doing things, especially the Western world, their way of doing things is far, far different. The way they brought them up, their system and everything is different. But when you come to Ghana, the way we've been brought up is also different. Our system is different things altogether. And so you can't tell me that as an African child growing up, if the child is doing something and is bad, you just look at the child and be like, Jai. They won't listen. You have to use force. If you don't apply force, they won't listen. And let's be sincere to ourselves. When we were going to school and corporal punishment was in existence, we saw discipline. We saw discipline. When it's late and you're going to school, your heart is beating. You want to even stay in the house. The worst of it is if your parents are the type that you have to explain yourself, explain into details why you have to stay in the house. Then you are doomed because you have to go to school. They will cane you. And then next time, you have to do your chores on time, and then you ensure that you are in school. And this is instilling discipline. And it's also teaching you something. It's also teaching you how to get to a place on time. How to take time seriously. So let me tell you, those white that we receive them here every day, they don't joke with their time. If a white man tells you that he has a meeting or he's meeting people at 6, and if the duration of the program or the seminar in which he will be speaking to people is within 1 hour, exactly 1 hour, no addition, no subtraction, they don't joke with their time. Even if they are being invited to a program and then you give them 25 minutes, 20 minutes, they will ensure that they deliver within that 20 minutes. But when you come to Africa setting, it's not like that. When you give the person 8 or maybe 10, if you give the person 12 or maybe 1, and so sometimes even if the program is starting at 12, they will tell you that it's at 8 because they know some people even come 3. So all these things is a way of teaching the child that, see, this is what you should do. If you don't apply force, then what are we breeding? What are we bringing? What generation are we nurturing? Are we nurturing a generation that is a full package of violence? A generation that the only thing they know how to do is to point guns, is to steal, is to gang rape a lady, is to use cutlass and caning their colleagues, their fellow colleagues, or stabbing a teacher in the eye. Is that the generation we are nurturing? Is that what we want to see? Because if we don't do the right thing today, it will come back hitting at us in the future. There's a future generation. Sometime back we are all kids, we are all small, but today we are here. So it should tell you that it's a process. Imagine when you were at school, you used to steal and no one cares. By now, God and the chief armed robber. But because the discipline was so intense, even I remember those times, even if someone gives you money and you don't show it to your parents, and then maybe later on the person comes back to tell your mom or your dad that, oh, this time Michelle Bano baby, you will regret taking that money. So like there is this kind of discipline. I know people will be like, oh, you are instilling fear into the child and blah 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 blah. That is the setting. That is the setting. We cannot compare ourselves to other countries. No, we cannot. Because if you don't do it that way, they won't grab it. Sorry for that. But when corporal punishment was in the system, it really helped. Everything was on track. Everything was on point. Students ensured that they do the right thing. Back then in school, I used to have a science teacher that was so disciplined. This man, when he sees you outside, you are his best friend. But immediately he comes to class teaching, he doesn't know you. And so he has brought out this format. Before you come to class, you need to read his notes. You will read it because you will ask question. And he can ask question. When he asks question, the whole class is not able to answer. That day there will be some sort of punishment for us. And the punishment is not just a mere punishment. It's a punishment that you even regret. And so before you come to class, you ensure that you read and even read ahead of him. So that when he asks the question, you answer and still ask him a question. So he made us like learn more. So in a way, we thought he was putting some sort of burden on us. But in a way, we were learning. After completion, some of us were very grateful because he helped us. And I remember those times when he marks your book and he saw that like maybe you've underperformed, he'll write it, come and see me in the office. And then he'll write it there. Why did you get this? Why did you get this number? And then when you see him in the office, you ask him why. He said you don't understand, you explain. He will explain. Sometimes he will even invite your parents. And he was one of the strictest teachers I've ever met in my life. Back then in school. And trust me, he helped us. Because when the results came, no one failed science. No one, you won't fail. How will you fail? When the teacher is very strict, you won't fail. In fact, he made us buy Pasco compulsory. Everybody bought Pasco for his subject. And the way he set his question, you will need to read and reread to understand. So you see, this is a way. See, every child wants freedom. That is it. Every child wants freedom. No child will want you to shout on him or her. But trust me, when you don't do the right thing and they grow to a certain age and they realize that what they did then was stupid, and then you couldn't straighten their path, they will blame you. They will blame you. They will tell you that so you knew the right thing and you didn't stop them. You should have used force. And the corporal punishment is not only about caning. People uproot trees. Oh, you uproot a tree, a whole tree. If you don't uproot that tree, you're not stepping into the classroom. And all this was a way of, punishing the students and also teaching them the right thing to do. And because we've cancelled that is why we see what we see. Go for inter-schools and then you go throwing stones at your fellow colleague. Inter-schools, you're ganking, raping a girl. What is that? Who taught us that? And how did we get here as a country? It is sad. If we don't do anything about this, as I said, it's going to haunt us in the future. The same people are the future leaders. The same people will go to become president one day. They will go to hold big offices. If the right thing is not being done, and this kids today goes to become big officers tomorrow, then the future of the country is at stake. But when we deal with the issue today, then we are in safer hands. The earlier, the better. Thank you for making time with me on the business.
The earlier, the better. Thank you so much, Mr. B, for that girl. And thank you too for joining us on the first segment of the GhanaTalks Breakfast Show. We'll be going for the news shortly. Please stick and stay with us.
Are you ready to amplify your business or brand's reach and make a meaningful impact in Ghana and beyond? Partner with GhanaTalks Radio today to connect with a diverse audience across Ghana and beyond. Elevate your brand through on-air promotions and social media. Boost your brand during prime time. With GhanaTalks Radio, you can extend your reach across digital platforms. GhanaTalks Radio is not just a station, it is a community hub where your brand becomes part of the conversation. Join us in fostering connections, celebrating culture, and making a lasting impression. For customized sponsorship packages and enquiries, email contact@GhanaTalksRadio.com or call +233 202 544614. GhanaTalks Radio, giving the youth a voice.
What do you want for breakfast? How do you want your breakfast?
English breakfast, French fries.
Koko Nikosi, alo komi kesheto.
Wache.
Well, Gobe is the real deal.
Join us on GhanaTalks Radio. Let's serve you a buffet of breakfast.
From news headlines review, current affairs to social issues.
Entertainment, sports, and all the trending stories live on our mobile app and across all socials from Monday to Friday, 7 a.m. to 10 a.m.
With me, Pakwesi Omare.
Regina Bless.
Deborah Adoso.
And I am Esinal Fiagbedu. This is GhanaTalks Breakfast Show.
We bring you local news, business news, international, sports, and entertainment news. Right here on GTR.
Hello, good morning and welcome to the morning news update on GhanaTalks Radio. Coming up, government tables value for money office bill to clamp down on wasteful spending. Tumelo urges farmers to stay hopeful as government plans market boost across all farming communities. Kwalebu Teaching Hospital to roll out bed management system to end no bed syndrome. Ghana Medical Association, in related news, calls for investment in peripheral health facilities. Also coming up, Environmental Protection Authority launches pilot project to clean up Bream River using ionic nanocopper technology. Minister reaffirms government's commitment to boost industrial growth. These and many more coming up your way shortly. To our first story, the Minister of Finance, Dr. Kaizela Tofosen, has presented the value for money office bill to Parliament, aiming to revolutionize Ghana's public financial management system. The proposed law seeks to enforce fiscal discipline, curb inflated contract, and abandon project and wasteful spending through a structured value for money framework. According to him, this bill is a key step towards transforming the country's financial landscape.
The Value for Money Office Bill seeks to address chronic inefficiencies in the public financial management system, particularly those arising from inflated contracts, abandoned projects, cost overrun, and wasteful spending. By institutionalizing a value for money framework, this bill aims to ensure that every cedi spent by the government delivers the maximum possible benefit to citizens in terms of economy, efficiency, effectiveness, equity, and sustainability. Furthermore, the establishment of the Value for Money Office will create a specialized and independent oversight institutions with the technical mandate to conduct value for money assessment, issue value for money certificate before major contracts are awarded, monitor compliance and ensure sanctions where violations occur. The overarching objective is to ensure fiscal discipline, reduce waste, promote public confidence, and strengthen the governance and accountability architecture of the country. Mr. Speaker, the bill also seeks to institutionalize value for money oversight and transform public financial management landscape of the country by reducing contract inflation and wasteful expenditure and ensuring uniform pricing across government. Finally, Mr. Speaker, this bill seeks to strengthen fiscal discipline and accountability, enhance public trust and investor confidence, and align Ghana with international best practices in public financial management. Right Honourable Speaker, globally, countries such as United Kingdom, Canada, Singapore, Slovakia, and United States have established statutory framework on value for money. Mr. Speaker, in the UK, for example, they've established the National Audit Office for Value for Money. The Canada, for example, have established the National Money Audit Manual under the Ministry of Finance as an independent body. The United States, for example, also have established the National Accountability Office for Value for Money to ensure optimal use of public funds. And so, Mr. Speaker, Ghana seeks to follow same and to ensure that every city count in the award of government contract. I so submit.
And that was from the Minister of Finance, Dr. Kaiser Latofosen. Member of Parliament for Ayawasu West, John Dumelo, has encouraged farmers to remain optimistic, announcing plans to establish regional farmers market to increase demand for their produce. Speaking on the pause, Dumelo assured farmers that efforts are in progress to address their challenges and improve their livelihoods.
Some diseases that are affecting, especially tomato farmers, nematodes and so on and so forth. And so these are issues I want to address, because from end of this year or the next dry season, we want to make sure that almost all the farmers come on board fully to be able to stop our going to Burkina to buy the tomatoes and so on and so forth. And so I'm happy to be here today in Afar East region, most especially Sari, where I've engaged the farmers. And moving forward, definitely there are concerns. We are going through one is about the canal. Some of the canals, the water is not flowing through, and so that one will deal with that. The second one is rehabilitation of some of the irrigation dams. The third one is also some of the diseases that is affecting them, and the fourth one is the market. And so these are the issues that they've raised, and these are the issues that government will definitely be dealing with as soon as possible. The thing is that is to help them to get the fertilizers on time. Trying as much as possible to get for them to get the fertilizers just before their planting season or just before they apply the fertilizer. And these are the concerns that they've raised, and these are the concerns that we are going to definitely look at. We just want to make sure that, like I said, by the end of this year, almost every farmer is happy because they have good produce, they have good yield, they have good prices for their goods, and everybody's happy. No, they shouldn't withdraw because, we are coming to establish also what do you call a farm service, not farm service centers, farmers market across the regions and most especially across the districts, where everybody can come to, the produce comes directly from the farm and it goes to these centers and people come and buy it. And so there'll be a lot of demand for pepper, onion, tomatoes and other vegetables. And so most of the farmers shouldn't give up at all. This is the best time to be a farmer. And then also we are coming to establish mini processing plants across some of these farm growing areas. And so here, for instance, if we set up like a pepper processing factory or a tomato processing factory, which is just close by, and so on and so forth. We'll be able to help these farmers get immediate market for their goods, and so they shouldn't give up. This year they should go in even ×2 or even more, because government would also be distributing free fertilizers to the farmers across the country to help them reduce their costs. You know, it's not good to listen to one side, and so I've listened to the farmers. I'm going to listen to the traders, and then we'll find a common ground to see how best everybody's happy, to see how best the traders come in on time, they give good price, and to see how best the farmers also give good quality produce to the traders, and then onward to the consumer.
The Kolebu Teaching Hospital is set to roll out a national integrated bed management and referral system aimed at tackling the long-standing issue of bed shortages. Professor Titus, NDC Member of Parliament for Lambusi and board chair of the hospital, made the announcement in Parliament, highlighting the system's potential to improve patient care. A submission on the no-bed syndrome drew applause from fellow members of Parliament, underscoring the widespread support for the initiative. The new system is expected to streamline patient referrals and optimize bed allocation, reducing the strain on the hospital's resources.
The current Minister of Health had already set in motion a team to solve this situation comprehensively. And they are coming out with a document that is going to be looking at a national integrated bed management and referral coordination system. This will be backed by IT, and is going to allow us at the real time to be able to tell the categories of bed that are available in a particular hospital. Whether you don't have stroke bed or ICU bed, or bed for a pregnant woman or for a child. This work has been ongoing. It is unfortunate that while it was in its final weeks, this incident has happened. And the minister has asked the group to quicken up their work so that it can make a major announcement on this to bring a comprehensive change that would help us. It will rope in the ambulance service so that when the ambulance picks a patient, they don't ask the patient or their relative or a doctor in a small private hospital, can you tell us which hospital is willing to accept this patient? This is the current situation. I have had calls from a lot of colleagues here. They need a patient moved to Kolebu, and their response will be that there is no bed at Kolebu emergency. But when I call, there will be a bed. Why? So this is what this problem, solution that the minister is bringing, is going to solve. And I'm pleading that Parliament will give the minister all the support needed so that this problem can be solved once and for all. Mr. Speaker, I will conclude by saying that our ambulance service, by their acts and by their function, may also need to be reviewed. Currently, they do scoop and run. What it means is, at an accident scene, they can pick you up, but they can't even set a simple IV line to give you fluid. For this patient who was being moved from hospital to hospital, if a simple normal saline was running, this patient could have survived. The minority leader mentioned his BP at the beginning. At Kolebu, when they checked the BP in the ambulance monitor, it had come down to 84/56. That is someone who is just about dying. So if they could at least set a line and run some fluid in transit, a lot of patients will survive. So the model that allowed them to only scoop and run must be changed, and their training must be upgraded so that have paramedics that are specialized to be able to provide some basic care. But in conclusion, attitude is our biggest problem. All of this will not change if the attitude does not change. May I stand on this to appeal to my colleague health workers. Look at that next patient, that it could be you, it could be your father, it could be your mother. It doesn't have to be another doctor calling you before you create a bed.
In related news, the Ghana Medical Association is urging government to prioritize equipping peripheral health facilities to reduce the burden on major hospitals. Speaking on the issue of bed shortages, General Secretary of the Ghana Medical Association, Dr. Richard Salome, says investigating in smaller facilities is crucial to addressing the country's healthcare challenges. His comments highlight the need for a more balanced approach to healthcare development, focusing on both major hospitals and peripheral facilities.
It is good that you are referencing the policy and the guidelines document, but there is always a translation from policy into reality. And Ghana has many beautiful policies and guidelines that, if implemented, we should not be cyclically discussing this matter of no bed syndrome and emergency lapses in emergency care and losing lives, productive lives, unwarrantedly. And so the truth is that what you have read, you can do a survey by yourself and go to the facilities and find out how many facilities have these in place and how many facilities even have standby oxygen in place and have the necessary professionals to ensure that they use these equipment logistics to be able to do the work that we have. How many emergency physicians that we have, and the various things that you've talked about. There is a real problem. And I think what is important now is to have a concerted effort. The public, the health system itself, and all other actors, including you journalists, to aim specifically at solving the problems and not, for example, rehashing the problems over and over again. If you ask me directly, what happens on the ground is totally different from what exists. Well, you have an emergency system where there's a challenge with logistics. You have National Ambulance Service on the call. I am sure he will tell you the challenges of the operation, the number of ambulances that are available within the system, the issues of fuel, where we have to sometimes have banters with them, argue for hours trying to raise funds to pay people's bills so that they'll be able to be transported from one facility to the other. A disjointed emergency response system where moving from one facility and there's no centralized point where we can know how many beds are available and where the patient for what service. Any real capacity system that can tell us this. There's also poor ambulance hospital coordination. And then, of course, when it comes to referrals, there's a big challenge in the full cycle referral system where a patient moves from point A, the next hospital they go to knows that they are coming and prepare for them. And then also at the receiving point when they cannot receive this patient for some reason, how this is handled. There are multiple facets to this issue. There's also the challenge of dumping. No matter how many beds we provide in Kolebu, if all the periphery are dumping into Kolebu and are not strengthened, Kolebu will always have no bed. Ridge will always have no bed. Konfanoche will always have no bed. It is important that we begin to equip the peripheral facilities, both with human resource, the necessary logistics, to be able to handle a lot more of the cases as close as possible to the communities where the issues happen, with road traffic accidents or other emergencies, than be rushing them all to Kolebu, Ridge, and other 37 and other places.
The Environmental Protection Agency has initiated a pilot project on the Bream River, utilizing ionic nanocopper technology to combat pollution caused by illegal mining. Professor Nanama Brown-Kluche, Chief Executive Officer of the Environmental Protection Agency, hailed this move as a game changer in the fight against river pollution. The technology involves applying a specially formulated ionic nanoliquid directly to the water, which binds to heavy metals and suspended particles, allowing cleaner water to rise to the surface. Preliminary result shows prompts improvement in water clarity, with the treated sections of the river becoming clearer within an hour. The Environmental Protection Authority says they plan to extend its initiative to other polluted rivers, including the Ankobra, Pra and Ofin rivers. However, she said an estimated 35 million is required to fully restore the Brim River, highlighting the need for sustained funding and government support.
Of the Brim River, it is flowing, and you can see the rate at which it is flowing. So I just need us to witness the states in which the Brim River is in now. Completely polluted. You can see the color. So what we have done is to do a diversion. A little bit of diversion will go behind us, and then do the application there. And what we have done after the application, the diversion will get back to this main river at a certain point. So we can all move to where we've done the diversion, because after the application, it will come back into the main river that is flowing here. So we can move to the other side. So yes. From here, we want to fetch some of this water. One for the labs, for their tests, and then also for our own witness. So that's the state of Brim River as it is flowing now.
Minister for Trade, Agribusiness and Industry, Elizabeth Ofosu-Ajare, has retreated government's commitment to improving industrial growth, stressing the importance of value addition and rural industrialization. Speaking at various engagements, the minister highlighted initiatives aimed at boosting local production, creating jobs and enhancing competitiveness under the African Continental Free Trade Area. According to her, government is focusing on developing agro-processing facilities, promoting local content, and attracting investment in key sectors. The minister also emphasized the need for stronger partnership between government, development partners, and investors to support long-term industrial financing and value chain development.
Yeah. Industry na amechire ni say manufacturers na manufacturers nso otonsa from no like all the domains, garment and textiles, steel, cement, beverages, what have you, wafre obia behiem na nasem nyina ne say opese Ghana ye industrializing, opese Ghana ye net exporter of everything that we can produce here. Now who say enye se ote ho kwa ebesi, who say so ye nnwuma na eba na obaye no yenso e wo Ministry of Trade, Agribusiness and Industry eni age se oboy abaso se ye nam ayeye adwuma enti wahwe se nneoma na ayeye no aha be na yakote ede be na industry kan na onsiesie ampa yakani nyina akire no na ono soso agiatum e the solutions bebre aba industry ni age titiru se omampanyin na mu ebetutu ne nan abetena se na wafra omo so omo beka omo ha nkire no de edempo ni se all baso the ministers do do na abaye agency heads omo regulatory agencies omo nyina wo mbi enti wo hwa oka na asem wiye enam se o wadwen papa na wasire bo so obeye adwuma nti onsuro wo se obi amisa na asem no fam ayemra ubisa na wayiwa no ubisa na wayiwa no na wo hwe se de yewrai industry onim asem na onim se de ekọ na waye na adwen so pese ode kọ anim na efe keke na Ministry of Trade, Agribusiness and Industry is so muma program iba so no mefa kwan so na maso aseda na yerade adam no mesumi de ada teach you me deputy honorable Samson Ahi a MP for Bodi e wa chigina pa ene ahofama ode boa ma adwuma na koso besanda me chief director Mr. Noah Tumfo oni da ni directors ni nyina na me de omu nim de me pa omo asem ye driver for ne cleaners omo no mo bo am adwuma ne koso omo nyina daroma na yenya Ministry of Trade Agribusiness and Industry ye bo adwuma de bo akrei me de omo nyina ase omo nyina nkom no omo soso na enye sa se be ya Ghana be industrialize ya produce around the clock 24-hour economy ya so raw materials locally na afa yetimi import ye nyoma entine me as sector minister mani ajepa se era abetena se na emritie mu problem e ha me wo industry no mu nyina aya solve aka no wabete ne te abe ne kama onyame nhira era excellency John Dramani Mahama na memu no enkoso saa enye kama.
In business, Enterprise Life Assurance Limited has partnered with FinTech Limited to expand digital access to life insurance across the country. The collaboration, to be implemented through FinTech platforms, seeks to increase access to affordable life insurance products and reach underdeserved communities nationwide. Speaking at the launch of the strategic partnership, the senior manager for business development at Enterprise Life said the initiative underscores the company's commitment to innovation, operational efficiency, and customer-focused product development. He urged Ghanaians to embrace digital platforms to secure their future and protect their families. Chief Executive Officer and co-founder of FinTech Limited, Festus Williams, said the company's mission is to help individuals better plan for their future. A digital insurance intermediary admitted into the Sandbox program of the National Insurance Commission has developed a mobile application that enables users to compare policies, review premiums and coverage options, and receive personalized recommendations using artificial intelligence. Through the platform, customers can aggregate insurance products from multiple providers, compare them side by side, and obtain coverage within minutes. The partnership is also expected to strengthen Enterprise Life's digital transformation, drive by enabling customers to purchase policies online, complete onboarding with minimal documentation, make flexible digital payments, and submit claims more efficiently. With this collaboration, Enterprise Life and FinTech are expected to play a significant role in promoting financial inclusion, security, and long-term financial planning among Ghanaians. To sports, the Ghana Police Service has confirmed the arrest of 3 students from Swedro School of Business in connection with the violent assault of a student from Obrachre Senior High Technical School. The suspects are set to appear before the court following the widespread circulation of a viral video that showed the incident. According to the Criminal Investigations Department, the suspects were handed over to the Swedro Divisional Police Command. The trial, Joseph Amo, 20 years of age, Benedict Apia, 18, and Bilal Mahmoud, 18, were formally arrested to assist with ongoing investigations into the incident, which occurred during the district school athletics game in Angona, Swedro. The victim sustained facial injuries and a broken tooth and was also hospitalized. He has since spoken publicly about the assault, insisting he did nothing to provoke the attack. The Central Regional Police Command condemned the act and urged the public, particularly students, to refrain from violence. The arrest followed firm directive from CID Director General of Police Lydia Ya Donko, who issued a 24-hour ultimatum to school authorities to produce those responsible after reviewing the viral video evidence. In response to the disturbances, the Ghana Education Service in the Central Region has suspended all inter-school sporting competitions until further notice. In showbiz, award-winning Ghanaian rapper Medical has secured an international nomination as his headline concert, Beyond Control, gets nominated in the Concert of the Year category at the 43rd edition of the International Reggae and World Music Awards. Founded in 1982, the International Reggae and Music Awards is one of the longest-running award schemes dedicated to celebrating reggae and world music talent across the globe. Over the years, The platform has recognized influential artists from Caribbean, African, Europe, and North America, positioning itself as a respected international institution within the global music community. A nomination from the scheme signals cross-border impact and cultural relevance beyond an artist's home market. Medical's nomination comes on the back of his Beyond Control concert, which was staged at the Accra Sports Stadium. Hosting a full-scale concert at one of Ghana's largest venues marked a significant moment in his live performance career. The show was characterized by high production value, strong stage design, energetic delivery, and a set list packed with fan favorites. The Concert of the Year category typically recognizes not only attendance numbers, but also overall execution, audience engagement, and cultural impact. Industry observers said the nomination reflects the scale and ambition behind Accra Sports Stadium event. Behind the concert, Medical's strong positioning this year has been fueled by the success of its hit single Shoulder, widely regarded as the biggest song of 2025. The track dominated airwaves, streamlining platforms and social conversation, reinforcing its commercial strength and relevance within Ghana's music landscape. On some international updates, South African president has expressed his gratitude to Russian President Vladimir Putin for facilitating the return of 17 South Africans who were allegedly tricked into joining the Russia-Ukraine war. The men aged between 20 and 39 was reportedly lured to Russia with promises of bodyguard training, but ended up on the front lines in Ukraine's region. 4 of the men returned to South Africa last week, while 11 others are expected to arrive soon. 2 individuals remain in Russia, 1 hospitalized in Moscow, and the other undergoing processing for travel arrangements. An investigation into their recruitment, focusing on possible human trafficking and violation of South African laws prohibiting citizens from joining foreign militaries without government approval. This was after South African government received distress calls from the men in November, prompting the president to discuss their situation with Putin on February 10th. This incident has sparked controversy, with allegations implicating the Zuma daughter of former President Jacob Zuma in recruiting the men. And that's how we end it on the morning news update. Do want to log on to our website at www.GhanaTalksRadio.com for more news stories. My name is Deborah Adoso. Good morning.
Are you ready to amplify your business or brand's reach and make a meaningful impact in Ghana and beyond? Partner with GhanaTalks Radio today to connect with a diverse audience across Ghana and beyond. Elevate your brand through on-air promotions and social media. Boost your brand during prime time. With GhanaTalks Radio, you can extend your reach across digital platforms. GhanaTalks Radio is not just a station, it is a community hub where your brand becomes part of the conversation. Join us in fostering connections, celebrating culture, and making a lasting impression. For customized sponsorship packages and enquiries, email contact@GhanaTalksRadio.com or call +233 202 544614. GhanaTalks Radio, giving the youth a voice.
What do you want for breakfast? How do you want your breakfast?
English breakfast, French fries.
Koko Nikosi, alo komi kesheto.
Wache.
Well, Gobe is the real deal.
Join us on Ghana Talks Radio. Let's serve you a buffet of breakfast.
From news headlines review, current affairs to social issues.
Entertainment, sports, and all the trending stories live on our mobile app and across all socials from Monday to Friday, 7 a.m. to 10 a.m.
Program with me, Pakwesi Omare,
Regina Bliss,
Deborah Adoso.
And I am Esinal Fiagbedu. This is Ghana Talks Breakfast Show.
Ghana Talks Radio, I wo UK abrochimemu era from Ghana mu ha at the sound system which spinning machine papa every amana never be go among Ghana mu ha. It is a we a year, we engagement, we wedding, we birthday party. Political parties are more rally, some way sorry more crusade. So we'll book carnival or any kind of event. Now we'll pay spinning machine papa a boss sound in the moo at the dia and you may come for GTR sounds at the amount. Your live band in so our tones are at the frame ya ye beat me abababua ama ujumedia woody and so at me I come up. Yawo enkan popuni mantemo anya aponchi hotel a hope pepe ena yebutu odi an se wo be frɛ mpanifo ɛwɔ 0546960510 GTR sounds emu wode angaza.
Are you ready to amplify your business or brand's reach and make a meaningful impact in Ghana and beyond? Partner with GhanaTalks Radio today to connect with a diverse audience across Ghana and beyond. Elevate your brand through on-air promotions and social media. Boost your brand during prime time. With GhanaTalks Radio, you can extend your reach across digital platforms. GhanaTalks Radio is not just a station, it is a community hub where your brand becomes part of the conversation. Join us in fostering connections, celebrating culture, and making a lasting impression. For customized sponsorship packages and enquiries, email contact@GhanaTalksRadio.com or call +233 202 544614. GhanaTalks Radio, giving the youth a voice.
Good morning to you once again. You are welcome to the Ghana Talks Breakfast Show right here on Ghana Talks Radio. We are back on your screen this morning again. We are here to, dive into some interesting news headlines. I'm sitting right here in the studios with my knowledgeable ladies. They'll be sharing their thoughts and opinions on issues that matter to you every morning right here on the show. We're streaming live on Facebook at Ghana Talks Radio, on Twitter at Ghana Talks Radio, and also on YouTube at GhanaTalks Radio. You can log on and join in the conversation. Let's get interactive and engaged. Good morning to you once again, ladies.
Good morning.
How are you doing?
We are good.
No breakfast yet. What are we having for breakfast?
You pay.
I'll pay. Money in.
Yeah?
Money in. I can't continue the rest. Scampi didi. Scampi didi. You get it. Scampi didi. Scampi didi. What was he even saying?
People were saying that
French and in Twi.
People were saying there's no money. And he said Scampi didi. Yet is council. Yet is council so yeah bre.
Yeah bre. Nanado ne kind. I see. Well done, Nanado. Right. We are going to be looking at a few news headline stories.
Nice.
Yes, before we have our guests come in for the main discussion. Yeah, so on the issue of the no bed syndrome, there's been a development on that particular case, and this is coming from the board chairman of Kolebu Teaching Hospital, Professor Titus. Government to roll out real-time hospital bed tracking. The board chairman of Kolebu Teaching Hospital, Professor Titus, has disclosed that the government plans to introduce a national integrated bed management and referral coordination system to tackle the ongoing no-bed syndrome in hospitals, contributing to a statement on the death of the 29-year-old Charles Emisa on the floor of Parliament on Tuesday. Professor Titus said the policy will provide real-time information on available hospital beds nationwide, allowing the National Ambulance Service to identify facilities capable of admitting patients quickly. The current Minister of Health had already set in motion a team to solve this situation comprehensively. They are finalizing a document on a national integrated bed management and referral coordination system. This will be backed by IT and will allow us in real time to determine the types of beds available in a particular hospital, whether ICU beds, stroke beds, maternity beds, or beds for children. This work has been ongoing. It is unfortunate that while it was in its final weeks, this incident happened, he explained. Miss Regina, your thoughts. Do you think that this bed tracking, which will be backed by IT, obviously are going to use technology digitalization
to track the bed,
to track the number of beds available in a particular hospital, so that when an ambulance picks up a patient, they'll be able to know which hospital they take you to, looking at the number of beds available or the location or which particular hospital that bed is available at and the type of bed also available. Do you think that this seeks to, help sort out no bed syndrome in the country?
Okay. Yeah. I think it's a good idea. Yeah, because everything is about digital these days, and the rate at which you move to the hospital to and fro, and they'll be telling you, say, oh, there's no bed. Just looking at the case of this young man, 3 major hospitals, no bed. That time wasted could have actually saved his life, but his life was just wasted in a second, just like that. So I think before an ambulance will even proceed to take you to any hospital, they would have done their major research, say, oh, which hospital has available beds, let's take that person to that hospital. Yeah, so I think that is a good one. It's just like, many example. Not just to cite an example, but it's fine. So I think it's a good one. So what you said, I know internet in Yejuma, because digitalization has to do with our networks. So what if that day?
I'm sure there should be measures put in place just in case any challenges come up, because this is a good idea.
It's a good
but
idea.
It comes with its own challenges, as you mentioned. Maybe they'll be contacting the hospital, they are not getting any reply or whatsoever. Maybe network or anything. It could be anything at all. So the challenges there, they are bound to happen. But as a country, how will we be able to solve it swiftly? Because people are dying as a result of this, and it's so bad. It's a bad record for us as a country. Miss Debbie, share your thoughts with me.
Yeah, so it's a good one, but my problem is, why must we wait for something to happen before we take an action? Does it mean that the supervisors in those hospitals are not doing their work?
So they said that when the Minister of Health was appointed, this was actually something they were looking at, and it's in its last phase before this particular issue happened.
Because
so
this,
if it
this
hadn't
is some,
happened, we
yes,
wouldn't have heard of it.
I get what you're saying, but
Yeah.
this is something that has been in existence for so long. It is because this issue came up that is why it has become so topical. This issue is going it's going on for so long. So imagine that this issue never popped out. Will you get to hear something of that sort? You would have felt like the issue has been solved. Because some time ago we said it here that a woman was denied treatment because they said there was no bed. This woman was left to sleep in a bush and she died. So since that time up till now, no bed. No, how? Because tell me, every hospital has a supervisor. They have people who goes around to supervise, monitor, and ensure that what is lacking in this hospital. What are we supposed to get? This providing hospitals with beds should not be something that should even come up with a committee, because it's going to take a long process. There should be something that then you provide, because the hospital is a life-saving machine. It's a whole powerhouse that is like you have a connection with the hospital, because that is where you go to cure yourself. So in a way, it's a life-saving machine. So as a life-saving machine, you have to ensure that when you go to your room right now, there are certain things that you don't joke with. You ensure that you keep it very safe. Even if you see a crack, you find a way. Do you joke with your laptop?
Of course not. You
call your laptop your baby, right? So it worries you. So that is how we should see the hospital. If it is a minister, even the minister will not even go to college. I brought all visa to travel out of the country. So this initiative they are bringing on board is good. We are hoping that it won't be scammed. The destiny they want to create, because it's going to be digital, which means that there will be a media space. They will get a whole space where they will use to monitor these hospitals to ensure that they have beds and they have all the equipment necessary to aid in giving proper health care to patients. In a way it's good though. But how sustainable is this? How is it going to be effective? How is it going to be a law that will be passed, to be passed into law, that when successive government comes, they also follow the same trend, or when this government leaves power, it ends there? Because trust me, any government that comes on board have plans for the health sector, and they come with different plans. They come with different plans, but I feel like this should be something that should be your plan one. Your plan one. It doesn't make sense. Bed. Or maybe some. The day they'll get there, the Lord will ask them, because the blood of that man will be on their head. It's true. So with this initiative they are bringing on board is good. How we are going to sustain it, how it's going to work effectively and efficiently, how the same website they are going to create is not going to be scammed, it's not going to be fraud. Because mind you, it is human being that will operate the system. So if that human being operating the system is corrupt, then we are doomed.
Right. So it's a good one they are bringing on board, but let's hope that it's going to be effective and very efficient. No NDC appointee can talk about Oral now. What they are doing is worse. Miracles Abuaje. New Patriotic Party communicator Dennis Miracles Abuaje has criticized the National Democratic Congress over its Operation Recover All Loot initiative, arguing that the party's own interpretation of the policy could implicate its appointees. Mr. Abuaje contended the cause alone cannot serve as grounds for prosecution, stressing that allegations of wrongdoing must be backed by clear legal breaches. He accused the NDC of misrepresenting issues to its supporters and maintained that Ghana operates under the rule of law, not arbitrary decisions. The appointees from the NDCs have been implicated by Oral based on their own definition. Some of their claims are quite senseless, such as arguing that the new Bank of Ghana building is expensive, which they use as a reason for prosecution. How can one claim that a building's cost justifies legal action? He questioned. Mr. Abuaje referenced concerns raised by the new headquarters of the Bank of Ghana, arguing that financial cost alone does not automatically constitute criminal wrongdoing. He emphasized that any investigations or prosecutions must follow due process, with the Attorney General acting strictly within the law. This country is not a jungle. It is governed by the rule of law. The Attorney General will perform his duties as required, and all actions must go through proper legal processes, he stated. The oral initiative has generated intense political debates, with the NDC positioning it as a mechanism to recover alleged misused state funds, while critics argued that its implementation must remain within constitutional and legal frameworks. Ms. Debbie, this is from Miracle Abuaje.
Yeah. Sincerely speaking, I'm so disappointed in the oral team. You know, we have high hopes when they brought up this Operation Recover All It. We are all happy because we knew that people stole from the state. You cannot tell me that money have wings to fly. And so all that debt that the country has incurred, it was human beings who diverted those monies into their private account. And so when they brought up Operation Recover All It, we were so excited because we felt like since there are human beings behind this, they need to face the law, and those monies needs to be retrieved. Because when we get those monies back, it will be used in constructing roads, building hospitals, building schools, and a whole lot. It can even be used to resource our hospitals with this bad issue we are talking about here. But because some wicked politician somewhere says it as an avenue to loot from the state, they did that. But it's 1.5 years now, and so let me speak for myself. I'm seeing nothing. I literally see nothing, and I feel like the aura is conflicting with Shraj. Aura is conflicting with Yoko.
Yeah.
Aura is conflicting with OSP. Because they are all doing the same thing. And they say, I know, I don't know what they are doing. I don't know whether they are still investigating on issues or whatever. I was so happy. You see, the people appointed as this oral team are not just mere people. Dr. Yautomelevo, this is a man full of integrity. This is someone who doesn't joke with his work. We saw how hardworking he was during the tenure of the Akufo-Addo government. To say Yakoma the first leave, 169-day first leave to go because he was trying to, tear down, expose the rottenness of the government during that time. And so they gave him a first leave. That man is someone who doesn't joke with his work. So having Dr. Domelevo on the team or as part of the team, and we are not seeing anything. How
we were expecting that he was going to call those people to book
Jesus.
and mafia.
I was expecting that by now, for them, Sekano Yanjekwa at least 50%.
But so far so good. What has the oral team achieved?
The only thing they've achieved was that they were able to pinpoint the rottenness of the NPP government, bring out some people. Per their investigation, they realized that were into corruption. They brought them out. Now the oral said they don't have the power to prosecute. What?
Yeah, they don't have the legal
Yes, they don't have. The only thing they do is that they investigate into the matter, get the necessary evidence and documents and everything, and they forward it to, I think they forward it to either the Attorney General, the Attorney General to work on it. That is what they do. So in a way, they don't prosecute. So I feel like if you don't prosecute them, why then do you make it look as if you prosecute? Because then there should be a formal education, so I will get to know that this is your way. It was in an interview I realized that they don't prosecute, but in the minds of Ghanaians, what they understand is that the aura is to prosecute these people, which is not so. So I feel like there should be some sort of formal education on that. Then another thing is, we don't know what is going on, so they should update us. Maybe they are working behind the scene.
Alliance is being dissolved. Their work is done.
Really? Your work is done?
Yeah.
And how many people was arrested?
That's what I learned. I bet they've left the rest of the issues
to Attorney General and OSP.
OSP
to deal with. That is what I'm saying, that then there should be a formal education on this. because from the start, people were thinking that this Ekuono, they have the tendency to prosecute people. So if you don't have that legal backing to prosecute people, but all you do is to, because from the beginning they were doing well. They brought out some names of people indulging in all forms of dubious act during the previous administration, and they also brought out some evidence claiming their facts. So
I'm surprised they didn't look into the cocoa sector.
Maybe the cocoa sector, then they didn't get info. But as you said, if it is dissolved, then how are they going to look into it?
So I think that is why they ordered the Attorney General to look into, provide a forensic audit for that particular case. Because the way Randy Abbey was very loud about the cocoa sector, I was assuming that would be the first sector they will even be running to investigating. Yeah.
You see, when you're not in government and you sit afar, you see things as rosy. That is, if in case the people in power do not tell you the actual truth on ground. And that was what I feel like that's the mistake of the NDC, because when they were in opposition, they felt like everything. Yes, it's not, no. They were not talking too much. Did they talk too much like what the NPP is doing now? Between the NDC in opposition and NPP in opposition, who is talking too much?
They haven't started talking yet, right? They haven't started talking yet.
So let's just say this is a tip of the iceberg.
Maybe.
So then what are you saying? NDC did not talk. NDC was not even behaving like what the NPP was doing.
The issue of the cocoa farmers.
So
what do you say
no, with the issue of the cocoa farmers and all that, the debt incurred. Imagine when the NPP were living in power, they told them, they were frank, not even frank to the NDCs, but sincere to we Ghanaians that this was the debt incurred. Then to the panic ban when Nahum Mabuan Oba, I didn't secret. And we know that there is no way that money can be retrieved, and there is no way they will arrest anybody. That is the country we find ourselves in. You know, we still have to struggle, get that money, and then sort that problem out. But this cocoa issue is very serious, because you can't tell me that what we are experiencing today started during, like, after the NDC just came in power. I feel like this is something that has been existent for so long. It's just that we are being lied to. And that is why we find ourselves where we are today. And it's quite sad, because I feel like these, I don't want to use the name so-called politicians, are taking Ghanaians for granted. They are taking us for granted, seriously. And you see, one thing I will tell the NDC is that they are not able to prosecute not even an ant and retrieve those money. 2028, they'll go in opposition.
Oh yeah, they will.
They will go. We are not bringing back the MPP. We are not bringing back the NDC.
So who will you bring back?
We bring back an independent, or maybe everybody should rule.
Oh, maybe Baumia would have learned his lesson at that time. So maybe he'll be back to correct things.
No, Baumia.
Please, I'm not campaigning.
He's a no. Baumia is a no.
I'm just saying, because looking at our voting cycle and all of that.
What are you
NDC
saying?
Doesn't come, it's NPP that will come.
If NDC is booted out, we have these geopolitics in Ghana.
Yes, so if NDC is booted out, definitely
NPP will not come. Where? Yeah.
Let's see.
Unless we are that is to Ghanaians.
Let's see.
That will be the decision of
Miss
Ghanaians.
Regina, talk to us.
Okay. So to the oral team.
And what's Miracle Abba just said? That will implicate their own appointees. So where are they? The oral people, where are they?
I don't get it.
So he said that these oral people, what they are even doing is going to implicate the NDC people themselves. That is why they've not generated any sort of results.
How would it implicate?
Or you want me to read it for you again?
No.
It's like
as some investigations, no who be doing.
But you've brought up a board, and the board is not able to work. So automatically, to work against you, you get it. It will work against you. Say maybe in 2028 election, because you promise that the ORA is going to fish out corrupt officials, prosecute them, and take the money. So if after 4 years, that oral team that was brought up and still resourced by the government are not able to do that, then automatically more and Ghanaians will use it against you.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think that the main reason why most Ghanaians voted for the NDC is because of the oral team.
Yes.
And the Galamsey issue. Now, the Galamsey put the young Fantonching. Now to the oral issue, we had so much trust in the oral, especially looking at the fact that they want to recover all loot. And as concerned Ghanaians, we know say most of these politicians have squandered our money, and we want them to be accountable for it. We want them to face the law. What did they use the money for? At least be transparent and accountable. But we are not seeing anything. And as we are all saying, oral mimi who do I? And according to what you are saying, they've dissolved it.
Allegedly.
Allegedly. I didn't say she yet. What's it? No.
Because now we don't even hear of them again.
Exactly.
Yeah.
If they've dissolved it, Omasubaya she. Papa, because Omonya she. Who have they prosecuted? Who have they arrested? Which findings have they brought out? They've not brought anything. Up to now, we don't know anything. And as we are saying, this oral team is being funded by the government. Mm-hmm. And I believe that day in and day, just more catch and some free. And the moon chiska. Like they don't take any pay, nothing, they are doing it free. Then that is understandable. So to the oral team, as he's saying, it will definitely implicate them coming elections.
Right. So oral, do something before you die. Thank you so much, ladies, for joining me. My guests are in. Thank you. We'll be back shortly after the break.
What do you want for breakfast? How do you want your breakfast?
English breakfast. French fries.
Koko Nikosi. Alo komi kesheto.
Wache.
Well, Gobe is the real deal.
Join us on Ghana Talks Radio. Let's serve you a buffet of breakfast.
From news headlines review, current affairs to social issues.
Entertainment, sports, and all the trending stories live on our mobile app and across all socials from Monday to Friday, 7 a.m. to 10 a.m.
With me, Pakwesi Omare,
Regina Bless,
Deborah Adoso,
and I am Esinal Fiagbedu. This is Ghana Talks Breakfast Show.
Ghana Talks Radio, #1.
This is Ghana Talks Breakfast Show, your morning companion.
You're welcome to the second segment of the Ghana Talks Breakfast Show right here on Ghana Talks Radio. You're tuned into your favorite online radio station. We are streaming live on Facebook at Ghana Talks Radio, on X at Ghana Talks Radio, and on YouTube on Ghana Talks Radio as well. As you know, it's on the second segment. We look into the issues. We look into topical issues, social issues. It could be any issues at all. And we just don't talk. We come along with knowledgeable guests who are going to dive into the issues and share their informed perspectives on issues that matter to you every morning. I must say that this morning is going to be an insightful conversation. Sitting right here in the studios with me is from the camp of the NPP and also from the camp of the NDC. We have Mr. Paul Amwako Entry, the NPP Communications team member, and also Mabel Ya Asantua Addison, the NDC Communications team member. Good morning to you, my people, my guests. Good morning to you, Mr. Amwako.
Good morning, listener.
How are you doing?
Yeah, I'm doing good. It's been a while.
It's been a while.
Yes,
long while. Did you travel?
I'm around. I'm in this country.
You're in this country.
I'm enduring whatever that's going on in this country.
You're enduring.
Yeah, I'm enduring. Let me say good morning to you, to our viewers, and also a very good morning to my sister Mabel, and also a special good morning to Commander Kwame Bequin. Currently, he's the youth organizer for Uja constituency, and he's aspiring to become the Greater Accra Regional Youth Organizer. I'll play with all the MPP executives, the incoming, those who are going to be retained to rally behind him. In fact, the Greater Accra needs a new energy. If you're able to win Greater Accra, your chances of winning the general election is higher.
Yeah. If you're able to win Greater Accra,
I'm enduring. It's not easy.
It's not easy.
I'm enduring because
what are you enduring? You let me go to.
Yeah, you can visit my sister. Then
let me go to Miss Mabel.
She's enjoying.
If she's also enduring, or maybe because her party is in power, so she's swimming in money. Good morning to you, Miss Mabel.
Good morning.
How are you doing?
I'm good. Yourself?
I'm fine. It's been a while we had you in the studios.
Yes, you know.
You're busy. You are chasing the bag. And I'll say you've gotten some appointments here.
We're working. We're working. We've been working all these years.
All this year.
Before even coming to power, so there's no difference.
There's no difference.
Yes, we're still pushing. Me being here is a work, right? We are working for the government.
Still working for the government.
Yes, exactly.
Are you enduring or you are managing?
We are on the right path.
You're on the right path.
Yes. I say we're on the right path because when I wake up in the morning, I don't pay a lot of fares to wherever I'm going because I don't have a car.
Okay.
And people, my brother, my friends, my family having cars also are okay because when they go and buy fuel, they buy fuel in less price. They can just fill their tanks. When you go and buy foodstuffs, it's very affordable. When you wake up, everything in this country, it's less expensive. So I would say that if all these things are going on well, I'm so grateful because at the end of the day, it gives me the zeal, or like I'm so happy to be part of a good governance.
Right. How are you preparing towards the Ayawaso East elections? Are you positive that you take that seat also?
I don't think this should be a conversation we should have because
Why?
already we know that the NDC has taken the seat already. So I don't know why they are preparing. Fine, it's democracy. We're in a democratic state, a democratic country.
What makes you think the NDC has taken the seat already?
Oh, we will.
Is it because it's an NDC?
It's an NDC stronghold, and moreover, we get the majority of the constituents over there are NDC. So yeah, so if you're politicians, you should know this kind of margins, and you should know how kind of you would to calculate your data and everything. If you're top on issues, you should know. So as I said, it's a democratic country. So we are open doors for everyone. Even in our party, we open doors for people to contest. So how much more facing the opponents? We don't shake. We know that we are going to win, and moreover, our executives are on ground. I'll be joining them soon because I have 1 or 2 issues taking care of from family to party and all over. So I'll be joining them maybe from weekends to the election day. We'll be on grounds. Already some people are on grounds. Our Greater Accra Youth Organizer, I've seen him be on grounds from day one. He has been on top of issues. He's speaking to the delegate to make sure that they come on board. The unity message is being sent across them because we know that after primaries, there's a lot of things that happens within internal elections. So we pray that as they are giving them the unity messages, the collaborations, and they are bringing them on board, everybody should come on board to come and vote and work hard so that we show them that we are the game changers.
Right. Uncle Paul.
Yeah, let's see. Like I said, I'm enduring, and not only me. I would say majority of Ghanaians, many of the Ghanaian citizens are complaining. In fact, do you buy this prepaid electricity? Do you buy prepaid?
Yeah, and people are complaining.
And how does it run? How does it run?
Very quickly, I must say, very, very, very quickly. You buy 100 CDs and
this is not about me, but like the majority of Ghanaians are complaining.
Yeah, and I saw in the news that the energy minister is calling for an investigation into it. Why is is so they are on top of issues.
Yeah, they are not on top.
Oh, you think so? At least there's an effort.
Yesterday,
don't you think at least there's an effort?
Manasi, we all know Manasi.
Yeah,
he made a post on Facebook and
about the electricity.
He said some ministers are doing settings. See, many of the ministers are doing settings.
Settings as in how to be pretending to solve the issue.
Pretending to be working. Made it clear. We start paying them levy. I said, daddy levy. And then people drivers are paying one city every day.
We are all paying.
And then
you pay transportation.
Yeah, so we are all paying this levy. We are all paying. And also, in my area, the tap flows. I don't know, maybe twice a week, right? Sometimes once a week.
Where's the area?
Something like Amasaman. Yeah.
The water barely flows.
It barely flows. In fact, that's why I say I'm enduring, and the people in my area, my constituency, my electoral area, they are all enduring.
But have you called the Ghana Water Company to find out what the issue is? Maybe it could be a fault or something.
They should rather come out. I'm not the only one complaining. They should rather come out.
No, but you are having the problem. So
I call them. They just tell you they don't know why it's not flowing.
They tell you they don't know why.
They don't know why. Flowing.
Really?
Yeah. Even with this recently, we are facing this energy crisis. Doom so here. I call.
Oh really?
In my area, yeah.
Oh, it's been a while I heard that.
In my area, we're facing this. I said this. I've been saying this on TV and radio severally, and I've mentioned my area. So if any ECG man or any member, any person working at ECG can come out and
explain.
No, and even diffuse what I'm saying. That what I'm saying is wrong. Because this is my area, and I'm talking about my area. We are experiencing this thing, and we call ECG at this home. They tell us that they don't know what's happening. They tell us we saw a note from the ECG that they are working on some maintenance just for one day. And even after that one day, we're still experiencing it. So I don't know. We enjoy, and it's not easy. I start talking about food, the cost of food, and other things. It will be sad for me to sit here and say we are enjoying food is less expensive. I don't know where she buys her food, because let's be honest. Majority of Ghanaians do not cook at home when going to work. Mothers who sell at Mokola. Mothers who sell at Abubuloshi, fathers or brothers who are Kantamanto, people who are at Circle, KJT, PZ, and the rest, they do not cook food at home in the morning and send to work. They buy food outside. And have you asked of the price of food? If you go outside and you buy food, you can still see there's nothing like less expensive. So I'm wondering what she say. Like maybe I don't know where she buys her food, but I don't know. I don't know. The Minister of Agric. Honorable Erikopoku once made a post that food is in abundance, and the comment section. In fact, I was shocked.
Maybe it will be the farmers. The farmers are feeling the heat more.
They're feeling the heat more
than the consumers.
I don't get it. They are feeling the heat.
The farmers are feeling the heat.
The heat about not getting money from their work, or
feeling the heat as in they make produce, they harvest the food, but they don't get people to buy them.
Why do you have buffer stock? So can the government even come in for them?
Oh, I think recently President John Dramani Mahama said if that is the case, then they'll be buying the foods directly for the farmers.
Every day recently. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. This settings, the road contractors, money was released in December to be disbursed to them. And as I didn't read it, they were complaining that they've not even received the PESWA. That's what I'm saying. This sentence is becoming too much. And about the Ashi East, my sister is saying they are winning. It's an election.
Yeah, it's an election.
We all know the Ashi East has been a strong traditional seat for the NDC.
For the NDC.
Yeah, it's a traditional seat.
Way back, yeah.
Yeah, and NDC have been winning that seat way back with huge margins. But this time around, what we witnessed yesterday, no, that was on Monday. Osman Arega made a post on X commanding the Green Army to come on board for them to go and work harder at the house so that they can win a seat. And they complained that they said it's time for you to use Umma and Malam's children to work again and damn them. That particular comment, it's time for you to use Imma and Malam and Baba's children and damn them. Meaning what? They were promised. They were promised jobs. they were promised a lot of things, and then they're not getting anything. We are enduring. My sister's a nurse, and she's not receiving a salary. She's enduring.
How many months now?
About 11 months.
11 months.
Yeah, we have to let's be honest. We are enduring. The reset that we were promised, I don't think this is the reset we are promised. If this is the reset, then I think then we should go back. Or if this is the second independence, then I think then you have a long way to go as a country. Yeah.
What they go on for your side. Mr. Macron has said what they go on for his side. Miss Mabel has also said what they go on for inside. What they go on for your side as well. Tell us in the comment section what they go on for your side. Right, at this juncture, we are going to dive into the issues. They'll send it to you. We'll dive into the issues. The link is there. You can tag and then tag along with us on Facebook at GhanaTalks Radio, on YouTube at GhanaTalks Radio, and on X at GhanaTalks Radio. So let's dive into the main issue for discussion this morning. So for our first topic, this issue has actually been on board, I think, this few weeks. That has to do with the renaming of the Kotoka International Airport to Accra International Airport. And finally, yesterday, I think on 23rd February, it was renamed Accra International Airport, from Kotoka International Airport to Accra International Airport. So one of Ghana's most recognizable national landmarks, Kotoka International Airport, has reportedly been renamed Accra International Airport, a decision that is already generating public debate across political, historian, and also civic circles. The airport, originally named after Lieutenant General Emmanuel Kwesi Kotoka, a key figure in the 1966 coup that overthrew Ghana's first president, Kwame Nkrumah, has for decades carried both historical significance and political controversy. Supporters of the renaming argue that the national infrastructure should reflect neutral geographic identity rather than military history. Critics, however, says the move may reopen old political wounds and raise questions about selective historical revision. Government sources have indicated that the renaming will not impose a significant financial burden on the state, suggesting that changes will largely involve administrative update rather than costly structural modification. So it's necessary. Do you think that this whole rebranding, because people of the likes of Asifua said that it's useless because it's going to drain the country. They have to rebrand, they have to advertise, they have to do a whole lot of changes. And yesterday we heard from the transport minister that in as much as it's going to cause some sort of financial responsibility, it's not going to cost the state that large amount of money, not to talk of millions or billions, because according to the aviation codes, we are still going to maintain them, so we are not going to be changing anything of that sort. So all we need to do right now as a country is do a rebranding. We change the name when you get to the airport. I don't know if you've seen this, the signage there from Kotoka to Accra, and we position billboards also as well. That is the only financial incurred that is going to happen. I see you nodding your head. I'll come to you. Right. But in all of this, what are your thoughts of the renaming of the Kotoka International Airport to Accra International Airport? Do you deem it fit or right?
Good morning to your viewers, and good morning to the people of Ghana, and good morning to you, my brother, and the people, all of you in the studio. Good morning to His Excellency John Dramani Mahama and the NDC leadership at large. And I want to say thank you to each of them for giving us the opportunity to be here as well. Renaming the airport, the international airport, into its original state.
Yes.
And that is where people have to drive at. When you sent me the topic, throughout this process, we are having debates on this change, the renaming and rechanging of this Kotoka International Airport to Accra International Airport. I've been quiet and been very particular, going through. I want to go into issues or facts. I want to know the reason so that when you want to speak about it. So I've been following the story to yesterday whilst I was listening to the minister. Honorable Nupe. Accra International Airport. This is the original name already.
Yeah, when Kwame Nkrumah built the airport.
Exactly. Kwame Nkrumah built the airport, and let's go into me. I don't like going into doing politics using politics all the time. I want people to get to know some facts and histories, and so that you yourself can dive into issues yourself or understand where I'm coming from. I always say that we want to do politics, but we have to do it practically, you see. So in the year 1966, he was Colonel Emmanuel Kutuka.
Yeah, Kutuka.
Was shot dead in front of the Accra International Airport. Then, because why was he shot? He was shot because he led the coup. He led the coup of the president, which is Nkrumah, Dr. Kwame Nkrumah, our own Dr. Kwame Nkrumah. He led the coup. So after a year, then the government that he was in favor of, then later on somebody else also shot him down in the year 1967. You get, so in a year later he was shot down. So later 1969, a decree, which is the SSD 309, was brought out, or was implemented, or let's say yes, was implemented. That is administrative order was given that Accra International Airport should be changed to Kotoka International Airport, just to make sure that ensure that it's to bring out a trust fund for the soldiers who were killed in front of the international airport. So this is the story behind changing the name from Accra International Airport to Kotoka. It's a trust fund for these people. So if you don't know, I'm educating you on that. So it was a decree that was made on 24th was made 1969. You understand? As a trust fund to cater for the soldiers who was killed. So the name Accra International Airport changed to Kotoka International Airport. You get it? Years we've gone through all these decades. Now we are here today. Moreover, we didn't just get up say that we are going to change the name from Kotoka International Airport to Accra, its original state. You get it? There are a series of branding going on. We all know there's a renovation going on.
Yeah, already at the
Terminal 2 and Terminal 3. Yeah. So after the renovation, you know the renovation will come with a lot of changes. So it is wise that at least decades we've gone through this fund. Now we want to make sure that a lot of funds and a lot of things are out of the system, so that we'll get a lower or less kind of this kind of fund plenty in the system. So now if there's a renovation already, and this is going on, still the signage and the billboards and a whole lot of them will be changed. So changing them, then the name, we want the name to go back to Accra International Airport. And moreover, Accra International Airport is on the Gan state, on the Gan land. So today, if you don't understand, you think it's useless, whilst the Gan, it's on somebody's land, and we think that being on Accra International Airport and being on the Gan's land and going back to it brings back we the Gans or the Gan or the people on the land. It makes them feel that the government is thinking about the Gans, because at the end of the day we have a lot of these regions we have a lot of airports. We have the Kumasi airport, we have the Ho airport, we have whatsoever. So if Accra, as it's already named, the original name, is going back to that, it's just showing that to the Gans that at least we really think about you see. So in a way, tribalism is not tribalism, but at the end of the day, within the region, acknowledging the fact that it's going back to its original state. People were saying no, then why won't we put the name, why won't we give it Dr. Kwame Nkrumah? Yes, in name said Dr. Kwame Nkrumah is C Airport.
But he named it himself.
Yes, he named him as Accra International Airport.
So if he wanted his name
because
to
he
be
knows
there.
he knows that it's on Accra's land, Gan's land, the Gan state. You understand? So bring it back. We are all calling them from his HRM Takicha Tekochu. Greetings to him, ni Babomanye Lebine. So you see, bringing back the originality of the name to the Gan state is something that it's laudable. It's something that as of now that we were having this kind of name do Obake and Akwa Abad whatsoever changes. At least the Gan state will get to know that at least the original, like that's something that belongs to them on their land, no, in the respect here they mom. So I don't want us to do policies with this kind of name because I don't know that is a year something. It was a decree that came on. So decree has been on it has been there on us so many years. Some people are making the argument that somebody that went and led the coup to kill our president, and we are honoring the person who led the coup. You understand?
Mm-hmm.
And people are making references to roads and a whole lot of come on. We are not yet there yet. The name is, we are bringing back the originality of the Accra International Airport. You understand? That this name has been there already. So as the minister rightly said that there's renovation already, and definitely the people that are already day in day out do receipts, brings out receipts of create receipts, stamps and signage and all. They are the same people over there. We are not changing them, bringing new people. You understand? Mm-hmm. Day in day out, they do changes all the time. So the same people are just going to take Kotoka out and do it at Accra International Airport.
Right.
You see, so it will not be like as previously we see people doing the sort of things and come and tell us that we are doing this, we are naming them. When you people came, you change a lot of names into different names that are there. You change it. You invest in which are not relevant. But you see, this Accra International Airport, the guns, we are making sure say and I say as is acknowledging the fact that it's on our land. You see, so
right.
Ending my comment, he made a lot of references that like, come on, you see, we are doing politics, but sometimes I always say that we have to be practical and real. How much is a crate of egg today? I'm not supposed to tell you why am I the only person buying the whole country. How much is egg right now? So today look at 50 cents, you can buy a full crate of egg, and then look at rice. And you're saying we have shop all over this country. You should know that today, if you have 50 cents, how much was rice before? Maybe you don't go to market.
Right, thank you,
maybe
Ms.
you don't buy foodstuffs. But if you don't, ask the woman. Go to the shops. Go and ask for prices. These are some of the things you should do, and tell the people and let people know that you are speaking the truth. Even though you are a politician, you are coming out with facts, and let people know that but more. I don't say anyway. No,
thank you.
This is not fair.
Mr. Malcolm.
Yeah.
Are you in support of the change name?
Changing the name from Kotoka International Airport. Initially, that's where I did my service. I did my service at the airport.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I work with aviation security.
Right.
Yeah. Changing the name. Initially, the name was what used to be Kotoka International Airport.
It used to be Accra International Airport.
Now it's been changed to Accra International Airport.
Yes.
So that's what I said initially.
But formally it was Accra International. Then it came to
Kotoka International Airport, Accra. What my sister was saying, it was like she was being tribalistic about this whole thing. That's on the Highland. We did the same thing with the stadium, the Ohnijan Stadium. That Ohnijan is not a guy, and we cannot name the stadium after him. But if you go to other regions, Kumasi, if you go to Kumasi, Baba Yara is not Ashanti. But his name, he has been named after a stadium. Nobody's complaining. You get it? Nobody's complaining. So I don't think we should use that it's on the Garland. So definitely should be Accra. On the flight radar, when I'm moving from nowhere to our airport, then Kotoka. The name there is our 3-letter tower, which is ACC, meaning Accra.
Yeah.
The flight is moving. Let's say British Airways when it's moving from London or Heathrow to Accra. From wherever to Accra, so wherever you are moving to, it will indicate that you are moving to, if whether it is Ghana, it will tell you are moving to Accra. So I think this thing about being adding that it's on the Ghana land, so necessarily it should be Accra or whatever. If all the other regions start also doing the same thing. No. If all the other regions, like that was, I give a quick example, like the Babaya Sports. Babaya is not an Ashanti.
Yeah.
Babaya is not Ashanti. It's not Ashanti name.
That's
it's not
Muslim
Ashanti.
name.
But we've named a stadium after him in Ashanti region, and the Ashantis are not complaining. That's not about that. That's nothing to do with them.
Right. So let's look
so
at
we should move away from this being tribals and all that, because we all that regions are. So now, I'm not against the changing of the name, but I'm against the cost involved.
The cost involved.
Should this be our priority as a country now? The challenges we are facing as a country, should this be our priority? Renovation comes with its own cost, and also the renaming comes with its own cost.
So what is involved in the renaming?
With the renaming, one, you're going to change the signages, as you said, the stamps, signages and other things. You change many things. Now you go to international, the ICAO, you have to go there. They will change many things, reflect without. But you know,
the transport minister said that is not going to change. It's still going to remain the same.
How?
That's
because
what he said.
The trafficking and other things, booking flight and other things.
It's still going to be ACC, as you
mentioned. No. It's not much when you're traveling by booking flights.
Yeah.
When you're booking
he
flights,
mentioned something.
National Airport.
DC.
Let's get to this, because do you know what? This particular government is hiding things from us. They can't even disclose that the amount of money they are using in renaming this airport.
So we are going to call for the sake of transparency and accountability. We will definitely, the public will call for them to account for it. How much money
they should have informed us that this is the amount they are going to use to before they come out with this renaming. They made an estimate or a projection of how much it's going to cost. This is for the public. We are going to use this particular amount for the renaming.
But we were in this country in the previous administration where we saw that you people.
That's why Ghanaians voted MPP out.
Your people
so Ghanaians voted MPP out, and they do not expect them to come and do equalization. MPP is gone. Whatever MPP did, Ghanaians voted MPP out, and they do not expect the NDC to come and do equalization.
But do you expect that as rights coming from your party to be asking for accountability when you people didn't also do it?
So no, we didn't do it, and Ghanaians voted us out. Then this campaign, some of this they used some of this as campaign, and Ghanaians fell for that, and they voted us out. And now you are out of government, and you are doing the same thing, and now telling me we shouldn't question you. You have to know the cost involved, because people you are even find difficulties in paying nurses, find difficulties in paying our teachers, find difficulties in posting our teachers for them to work, find difficulties in even paying allowances of our security officers, and we are here using this money for renaming. And what's the benefit of the renaming? What's the you just tell me one benefit
of the renaming. It makes it look nationalistic, don't you think? Because getting to have a tourist enter into the country and they ask you who is Kotoka, and you tell that person that he overthrew the first person. What would that person think?
Excuse me. So does that mean if I get to Rollins Park and somebody asks me who is Rollins?
What do you?
No. The first not come to my mind that he also a cool maker.
But it was for a positive reason, unlike we have Kotoka.
Don't tell me any coup that involves losing lives. Maybe you didn't lose any of your family or any of your relatives. Those who lose lives with their parents or their relatives will not tell you it was for a good reason. There's even Dr. Kwame Nkrumah, his own ministers tried killing him. You know, his own ministers. No. I'm begging you, please. His own Akweje was his minister. They were jailed because they tried to attempt to kill him. Akweje, or the Bexes, Museum Etefi, whatever. They were all part of his government. They even tried to kill him. So we shouldn't just say for a good reason or whatever. At a point in time, Ghana became a one-state party. Certain things were happening in this country, and some people also felt it wasn't good, so they're rising against the current government. So whatever had that happened, like you're saying, rolling school was for a good reason, and another coup wasn't for a good reason. Why should you justify that coup and crucify that coup? Every coup is a coup. Once there were lives lost, every coup is a coup. Every coup is a coup. So we cannot sit here and say the benefit is that to collect the name from a coup monger or whatever from there, and then we will celebrate another coup monger, naming a whole park, Rollins Park after him. Naming a whole park, Rollins Park. We all know Rollins was also a coup monger, was also a coup maker, and even how many coups they were doing? Isn't it 2? 79 and 81. And how many people lost their lives? Even with the Kotakao, how many people lost their lives compared to the Rollins own? Compared to the Rollins own. So that's what I'm saying. We should not go about what's the main benefit. You can change it, but this is not the time. This is not the right time. This is not the time. The time where we are finding difficult to pay teachers.
So which time is right? Because definitely the country is still going to have challenges whatsoever.
The country is going to have challenges.
Yes, the challenges that they are bound to happen.
I thought the second independence we are going to not. We are not going to face challenges.
Oh, even as a normal human being, even in your life, you face challenges.
No, I thought the second independence.
Everything is not going to be
I thought there are some challenges there that we can call it to be normal. By failing to pay teachers, find difficulties in paying nurses, find difficulty to pay our security service, their allowances, and then you are telling me these are normal challenges.
So
these are not normal challenges. So let's pretend if you're a teacher, and then you got this cost, at least the aviation experts and other things are saying this might cost at about $2 million to $5 million. All the aviation experts
for the rebranding.
All the aviation experts. For the renaming, it's not rebranding. It's not rebranding. Renaming.
That's rebranding.
Rebranding, renaming, rebranding and renaming. Rebranding, you can just change the building and other things, but we are renaming. We are renaming it, and all the aviation experts are saying it's going to cost us about from $2 million to $5 million. This money can even pay. The teachers are suffering. Don't be decrying. They are always picketing. They are always doing demonstration and other things. You see all these things, and you ignore these things, and you think this is the right time. Whilst they are suffering, whilst they even what to eat, what to eat is become even their rent. They're finding for us to pay their rent because they've been delayed their salaries, they've been delayed their allowances and other things, and we are focusing on using about $2 million to $5 million.
Right.
To rename an airport.
If you say we have other priorities we need to look out for, and this is not actually the right time for them to spend such an amount of money to do a whole rebranding and change the signages, billboards and whatsoever, what time do you think is right to do all of this?
I'm telling you, if our teachers are getting their salaries, our teachers are getting their salaries, they're not complaining, I'll be okay with this. Because if they are all getting their salaries and other things, why would I complain? Let me say, if I'm working for a private institution, make my bear 1 year in Jamaica, make my bear we in Jamaica, work is never in Jamaica. If you want to say the owner of the business has gotten money and started renovating the building, whilst we are still suffering, scared with the credit, scared with the school fees, we're not getting money even to take care of our own health, to pay our own rent, we're not getting. Not even, let's say, even would you not bear 1 year in Chakai, then all of a sudden, won't say, Boss Abana or innovating, you should be innovating the places. Still, you're not getting your salary. Will you be happy? That's what I'm saying. Let's satisfy these people first. Your stomach is angry. Come with me. I'm talking about renaming. I'm feeling hungry. You're talking about renaming. Come to me. Come to me. You tell me, for about 1 year. Oh, during airport, I will rename it. Then the minister for rules. This particular ministry. I think the particular ministry, the ministry for transport and trade and whatever.
Right.
I don't know. I don't know. It's one of the ministers that Manasseh was talking about.
Right.
About the settings. Yeah, I think maybe it's one of them.
Thank you.
For this not the time. I am not against the change of name or whatever, but this is not the time. But let's focus on paying our nurses, our teachers, the allowances of our security personnel. People are going on strike. DUSAC SMOCO strike. Strike. People are going on strike. Never be hold my show. People we live in the country. Come there. we are going to waste about $2 million to $5 million on renaming. No, this thing can even pay some salaries.
Right, Miss Maple. Would you say that under the previous administration everything was rosy before they did? Because they named about almost like
we are going
a number of universities, if I'm not mistaken.
Right,
I think in every region they named a university there.
Yes,
and we have about 16 regions, and that's will even be more than the 2 million he mentioned. Would you say that everything was rosy, or was that time right? Looking at the challenges at that time the country was also in before they did the renaming of those universities.
You see, I would say that my brother is a bit kind of confused about all this topic, because looking at the renaming to its original state, we've already, if you were able to dwell into the issues very well, you get to understand that this is when a decree, a decree is being made as a trust, as a trust to take care of people. Do you understand that, my lady? As a trust to take care of people, what does it mean? For so many years, what does it mean? It means that something that will be put on board, or a decree is something that you are taking a law, judgment. You see, I am an order near the edge. That is the decree has been put across, that this trust to be put there for the people to take care of peace of the people. What I say, for all these decades, what does it mean? It means that there's certain funds that will be taken across for all lots of years. What I say. So, if today there's a renaming to its original state for the state, not for an individual.
It's not for NDC. It's for everybody.
Exactly.
Right.
For the state.
And it's the same decree that the Minister Nipe, the same decree. So if it's about the decree for the soldiers, then if they are doing the same decree, have you talked about this thing? It's the same decree. So meaning this funds go to Accra people or what? Because the same decree that the minister spoke about. That's why it's not going to Parliament. It's the same decree. So if you say the funds will go to some people, the same minister made a decree. He made a decree in the statement, says a decree.
Right.
So I don't know why I'm saying this.
Listen, what's the decree is for the SDD, which is the 309 for the Kotoka. That's the decree. This one is a bill sent to Parliament, is it not? It's not a bill sent to Parliament to change.
I'll read it loud for you when I'm done. Just go. I'll read everything.
Okay, even though as per your analogy, let's take it so that is, you are saying it's a decree for Accra International. So meaning it's for the state. Now it's going back to the state. State in the coffers and you're consolidated by my guy. Please let me land.
Mr. Marco, please.
Let me land. Let me flow. The issue is that for even you are making a claim or that it's a decree, this is still a decree, you know. But I'm telling you that the decree is that the SDD 309 for Kotoka. You get it? But this one is it's a bill that sent to what? Were you not in this country when the bill was sent into Parliament to change the name, to rename the name to the original state? Now it's for the country. It's not for one individual. It's not a trust fund set aside to take care of some soldiers, and that is clear. That is clear. That is what we have to supposed to educate the Ghanaians on that. Don't let anybody lie to you. The decree 309 was set to take care of these soldiers who was killed. You understand? Now the bill was sent to Parliament to rechange the name into its original state, which is Accra International Airport, and it is for the states. Don't we have a regional minister, Accra regional minister?
So let me read this briefly. The renaming of Accra International Airport to Kotoka International Airport in 1969 was done by executive decree.
Exactly.
Specifically, the name change was authorized under the General Kotoka Trust Decree 1969 NLCD 339 issued by the National Liberation Council military government.
Thank you. So am I lying? I read about
no
this.
new bill was required.
No new bill.
No new bill was required. So the Minister of Transport clarify that no new bill. It wasn't sent to Parliament, but was needed for what was needed for this. So what was needed for this 2026 reversion, because the original name in 1969 was never operationalized through a legislative instrument. So previously, when it was Kotoka International Airport, it was never sent to Parliament for them.
Yeah, that's why it's found to.
So that is why this one they didn't send.
So, and I'm saying that, and I'm telling you that even though, as I said, even though as you are saying, if it is that is right, you understand, it is now back to the original for the country, for the state. That is what I'm saying.
Accra is not only Ghana.
What are you saying? What are you talking about?
Then if you say because it's Accra, it's for Ghana. Accra is not only Ghana.
But Accra is the
it's not for somebody's name.
Accra is the capital.
But it's not in somebody's name.
No, it's not anybody's name. But if you can say it's a decree, then we can also say it's a decree for the people of Accra.
Are we doing?
Then I can also say it's a decree for the people of Accra.
Are we doing co-country now?
So don't make it this way and then you go on.
Sorry about that.
So the issue, I'm making my point that even though if you are right, because we know that we are all not perfect, but as I'm saying, even though as you are saying, if you are right, it is back to its original state, and it's for the country, it's for the state, and there's no two ways about that. It is not for an individual. You made a reference to Rawlings. Come on, he's a president. Anybody that if you mention Jerry John Rawlings' name right now, what will appear? He is a president of this country, is he not? Is he not a president? Moreover, you are talking about say Oyeku. President John Rawlings made sure that change from a military rule to what? A democratic state. Is it not something that we have to applaud for that? And you people have been changing the story and narrative into a different thing. But Rawlings makes sure that he brought us from the military rule to the democratic state, and it's on record. So even though if a high something, a high authority or whatever is in this country is being named after him, it's not an issue because he's a president. He has record, he has an history, and that history can never be changed. Nobody owns our history, no. From change, just because of one person who changed from the military rule to the democratic state. So if you are making reference, even you are sitting here making reference that Rawlings Park, Rawlings Park no shamano. I'm telling you, a shamano. Because and then what democracy war this country. You people forget about that because you want to create the bad name on that. And the person makes sure that so if you are saying if today we are still in one sacrificing military for us to come from a military rule to a democratic state, can we sit here today you talking on radio? Can we be going up and down? Do you know the seriousness of a military state? You dare not even walk around anyhow.
I don't know, but the president knows.
So for you think we shouldn't even compare the issue of Kotoka?
We shouldn't compare to the park, we shouldn't
compare the deed of Kotoka to the deed of Rawlings.
Exactly, because Rawlings is a president. Rawlings is somebody who took us from the military rule to the democratic state, and that fact is clear.
Right.
You understand? So you can't just come and tell me a park, Yabo, Kotoka International Airport. That is where everybody comes from. When you are coming, every foreigner comes through Kotoka International Airport. When you get there, you ask you, how many people know the history about Kotoka? How many people can sit here right now and tell you the story of Kotoka? Never. How many people? But people know because you are reading. But how many generations know the story about Kotoka if you don't read?
But even if we know that he overthrew Kwame Nkrumah.
Exactly.
And I think that is not a good image for us as a country.
You see, but I'm saying that even though we know the history that he overthrew Kwame Nkrumah, even still, a lot of people, unless this noise that comes, the people will go into it and read
more about.
But when you mention the name of Jerry John Rawlings, you don't need books. Do you understand my point?
Yeah.
You don't need
I get where you're
books
coming from
to go and know who Rawlings is. So if today Rawlings is the one even named after Kotoka International Airport, you don't need books, and no foreigner will ask you who is Jerry John Rawlings, because people know him already. That he was the president of this state. He was a selfless leader who stood in day out for this country. So you don't need books to see that. So don't compare this man to Kotoka, somebody who led to kill the president, a sitting president. Don't compare that. Moreover, as I said again, that it has been changed to Accra International Airport, and it is back to the states. It's not for some people.
A particular person.
Yes, it's not for, like, for example, Rawlings. It's not for anybody. It's for the country. You get it? It's for the country. So if you are having problem that I'm doing tribalism, we have Kumasi International Airport. Don't we have Kumasi Airport?
No,
sorry.
It's not Kumasi International Airport.
I'm saying
it's
sorry.
It's not Kumasi International Airport.
So what's
it's never Nana Prempeh, the first international airport.
Oh.
Come on.
But when you go to the airport, what do you see?
Kumasi International Airport. You can check it.
And so they write Nana
Prempeh International Airport, yes. Hey.
My dear.
When it was changed to international airport, when it was local airport, it was Kumasi Airport, went to local airport. But when it was upgraded to international airport level, standard, it became Nana Prempeh the first.
But how many people know it as Nana Prempeh?
So you should educate people. You represent a journalist. So you should. So you are asking how many people know.
I know, because how many people know? Because even as a now, people still know it as Kumasi International Airport.
And
Ho is still Ho.
And Tamale, right?
Tamale International Airport.
So I'm saying, if all the other countries, all the other regions are also coming in, we have come to the wellness issue. Let them finish.
So you see, you don't let me talk. Then you come in.
You just wrap up.
You don't let me talk. Then you come in. So you don't let me talk. Then you come in. The issue is that I'm saying again, Accra is for the state. Greater Accra region is the capital of the country, right?
Yeah.
So if Accra International Airport, it is wise, because if you are coming to Ghana, you know you are coming to the capital town, which is Accra. Is it not so? So if the airport is for Accra, it is for the states. My brother, so stop confusing things.
Right.
Moreover, this Rawlings thing that you are seeing, how many people come from Accra International Airport and go to Rawlings Park?
Okay, my sister, about this Rawlings thing, that Rawlings brought democracy. We are in which republic?
We are in the Fourth Republic.
Thank you very much. Meaning we've had many presidents through democracy. We've had several presidents through democracy. So don't make it look like Rawlings brought democracy and it should be held or something. We've witnessed democracy. We've witnessed elections in this country before.
Come on.
Excuse me.
I will not excuse you.
No.
What you are saying is no. Let's
talk about it. Why are you pushing this? There have been elections in this country before Rawlings made the coup.
Stop confusing the
There have been elections before Rawlings made the coup in this country. We are in the Fourth Republic. Don't make it look like Rawlings brought democracy into this country. There have been several elections in this country, and Rawlings overthrown a democratic republic. Even Liman was elected, and Rawlings overthrown him. So why saying there's been democracy in this country before Rawlings came? It shouldn't be like it has no military rule since. It shouldn't be like there has been military rule since. Ghana was established before he brought democracy. No,
it was.
They've been
after Rawlings was after Rawlings was after Rawlings.
After Rawlings, someone can also make a coup. Like they said, like after Rawlings, that's what I said. We are still in the Fourth Republic.
So it's a real gem.
After it's not about he being a real gem. It's not about he being a real gem. It's about we Ghanaians accepting that we are not going to make any coup. We are not going to make any coup. Coup can rise in Ghana, and I don't support coup. But that doesn't mean someone cannot attempt a coup in this country. That doesn't mean because you're in the Fourth Republic, somebody can't attempt any coup in this country. You should know that there was democracy in this country before Rawlings overthrown a president and made a coup. Don't make it look like Ghana was military from 1957 again independence till Rawlings came and then he made Ghana a democratic country. No. People fought for it. People did demonstration artists for it before he even sat down. That we should go back to democracy. We should go back to democracy. Not that we should go back to democracy. Meaning we're first having democratic republic. We're first having democracy in this country. We're having parties, the NLC, the UCC, the UP party, and we having parties in the country. Running political elections and other things. Before it made a coup.
Do you understand the meaning of coup? Do you understand the meaning of coup?
Before you were thrown.
The meaning that people cannot tighten their security well. But if a president, if you are claiming that, don't say, when I was talking, you came in. When I was talking, you came in. If you say something is a coup, it means that a president is so. Once me entertain the security muye, then people come to overthrow him, and it was going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. But this person
what you think? What makes you think that? What makes you think that someone cannot?
Somebody can, but
someone. So don't say.
People.
For now,
he was framed as a president, and nobody calm down.
Hello.
Stop being emotional about Rollins. You are too emotional. You are becoming too emotional about this. You are becoming too emotional about this.
I'm not
emotional. You are becoming too emotional about this.
You are getting emotional.
No, I'm not getting emotional. I'm just thinking that Ghana.
Before 2000, was there any elections?
Right. Mr. Malcolm.
Before him and Kufuor in first election.
But Ghana democracy, Ghana election started from religion.
And I'm saying that.
That's what I'm saying. There have been elections in this country.
Please.
People have been doing coup, back to democracy. Back to democracy. You also made a coup and we came back to democracy. We came back to democracy.
Please,
relax.
No, do you know that? Ask him. Does he understand the meaning of democracy?
You are becoming too emotional. You are becoming too emotional about this. You are becoming too emotional about this.
I'm not emotional. I'm telling you the fact.
I'm saying this is not about fact.
Don't lie to the public. No, he didn't lie to the public. When I was talking, he came in. Me, I can do more than that. But I want you to know that.
Hi, let's end it.
The thing is that Rollins a coup. We've seen democracy in this country before. We've witnessed election in this country before Rollins made the coup. And Obai knows about democracy. No, that doesn't mean no one can attempt the coup. But we Ghanaians are okay, and we feel we want to still go along with the democracy. The coup can still happen. There have been countries they've witnessed democracy and other things and go back to coup regime. Ghana Hayamubi. Elections have been held. Nkrumah won. Buzia and others won elections. Liman won elections and other things. The Cuba, I'm not winning elections. Cuba, don't win elections. Cuba. They go back to democracy. So don't be saying I say only democracy back Ghana. And then it's never him. And even we fought and even for so long because nobody wants to try attempt a coup. And we Ghanaians are now we are now growing. And we don't attempt any coup.
It's a lie.
No, Ghanaians are now
all
growing.
Be lie.
In other countries,
all be lie.
there are coups going on. But we Ghanaians are growing, and we believe no, there's no time for coup. We are here when Oliver Bakar had things say if they don't try a coup in this country. Last year, a joint government now here, and Oliver Bakar said they will try to attempt a coup. In this country, so it is someone can still attempt a coup. So I mean, someone can still attempt a coup. So don't say or the democracy bias, so you should hear him. People have they've been democracy since we go to election since and obey a coup nibi. So he's a kumonga. Man doesn't say. It's the constitution. It's the constitution. It's the constitution.
Which people formed
it's the constitution.
You are lost.
Wait.
It's the constitution.
You are lost.
So
you are lost.
Constitution comes.
Wait. Calm down.
You are lost.
I'm not lost. You are becoming emotional about Rollins. Don't become too emotional about Rollins.
My dear, people have lied all this.
Nobody has lied.
Let me tell you.
We've seen elections before
there was no echo.
We've seen elections before Rollins made a coup.
Please have closed.
We've seen elections before Rollins made a coup. You won't let me be Ghana after Rollins made a coup.
But there was no constitution.
There's no constitution.
No constitution.
No constitution. How do you give it go back? How do you
give it? So 1992 constitution is what?
Constitutions come out. They draft another constitution, and then there's a coup and
to the public. To the constitution.
Oh boy.
Or name the democracy.
Look at
1992 constitution was formed. Now,
every democracy comes to constitution. What we will come to constitution. Every democrat, every democratic.
Your mic is
awful. Still be a coup. Can you say this?
It's okay. It's okay.
I mean, how?
Wow.
Are you done?
It's okay.
I'm not done.
It's okay. It's okay.
Yeah.
Munchaso. Cool, no cool whatsoever. Please, we beg you. One person.
Can you imagine?
It's okay. It's okay.
How can you even sit on the
it's okay
and say this?
When someone said
you are not done. It's okay.
No, you have to let him retract that.
It's okay.
What?
It's okay. It's okay.
What?
It's okay. That's enough.
Hey.
That's enough. It's okay. I'm satisfied. It's fine.
Can you imagine?
It's okay. It's okay. It's fine.
People will be known by your works.
We are never. The Buga made it clear during the national because they just made it clear that Rollins made him kill many people. At the Buga.
It's okay.
At the Buga made it clear during the national reconciliation. He made it clear. Rollins made him kill people. It don't feel. Rollins also wanted to kill him. That's why he left the country. He made it clear before one election he came. He made it clear to us.
Right.
So then I can just say, I should be crap what?
Our time is up.
Crap what?
Our time is up. Yeah, it's okay. It's okay. It's okay.
You see, the MVP constantly
Miss Mabel.
We don't lie to Ghanaians.
Miss Mabel.
There was no constitution.
Miss Mabel.
Please, let's
every
I will not sit here for him
is being governed by constitution.
Just in the eyes of the people.
Every democratic country is being governed by constitution. So don't tell me until who comes inside
okay, tell me.
So
educate the people.
So we have 922
educate the people.
That's constitution. Constitution. That's why you have the 1992 constitution. And
right.
I don't want to
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for joining us on the Ghana Talks Breakfast Show. We'll meet same time tomorrow. Do have a lovely day. Thank you so much. Thank you.